cities all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
And I approve this message.
Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders. Just win, baby, win, baby, win, baby.
We are the
Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders. Just win, baby, win, baby, win, baby. Don't need no invitation. We are that Raider Nation. We rock that black and silver. We make them shake and shiver. We make them reconsider. And we still committed. So if you want a piece of this, you can come and get it. Touchdown, touchdown. Let's throw a bomb on first down. Let's throw a bomb on every down. First we score, then we clown. Having fun, look around. Nobody loud as a Raider crowd. Nobody proud as a Raider crowd. NFL, how you like me now? We gon' do this open style. Nothing but action. I'm Bo Jackson, hit the hole. Run you over, goal line. Jumping over, going crazy. Lose your soul, lose your mind in the black hole. Here's the goal, Super Bowl. And everybody here, get to go. Don't need no invitation. We are that Raider Nation. We rock that black and silver. We make them shake and shiver. We make them reconsider. And we still committed. So if you want a piece of this, you can come and get it. Oakland Raiders.
What is up? What is up? What is up? Welcome to another show, Puro Raider Podcast. Today I am joined by a lovely co-host Raider Loves and a special guest, the 805 Raider, coming to give you his takes on Mendoza and training camp. I hope y'all are ready.
Oh my goodness.
So what's up? What's up, y'all? How did y'all enjoy Vegas? I was mad. They changed my schedule. I couldn't go, but at least y'all got to go, see it, enjoy it. But how was the weekend with Vegas, y'all?
You want to start with me?
Yeah.
It was pretty good. I mean, I had fun regardless because I see everybody. I see Raider family. So
Yeah,
I always have a good time. Training camp, I wish I could have went more days, but it was hot as hell.
Yeah.
Melted off.
Yeah. And you're from Fresno, so it's already hot there. So you to feel the heat in Vegas, you know it was hot. Yeah.
That's right, because Raquel, you went Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday the sun was out, and I'm not gonna lie, I think you guys might have been because me and Chris and Chona, we were up at the top because I went the day before, and I remember last year, and I said, "Screw that! I ain't sitting in the first like 5 rows." That's and I'm like, trust me, I live out here in the Vegas area. I don't need more heat than I already get, so like we stuck up top, so we're up top, and I think you guys were down below, so. I let you guys rock out.
Yeah, see, Raquel's more like me when it comes to those events. We're social because we talk to people. So you sit in the group of like the people. I can totally see you guys being up top in the shade. Like, fuck all this, man.
I was up top, and apparently I was talking too much because some guy told me I was analyzing too much.
I heard.
Oh, wow.
I heard about that, bro. What's going on?
Really?
You got the fan police out there in the bleachers telling 805 how to fan, man. What the hell's going on?
I told him, I said, I know a guy, Leo, that says don't tell people how to fan.
That's right.
Exactly. But I will tell you. I will tell you, I did start off in the lower bleachers only because I wanted to see better. But there was this huge ass like that speaker thing like blocking my view downfield. And then I had some people around me, not within our people, but like some people that were like popping it up a little bit too much. And I literally got up and walked away and went to the top by myself. And then a couple other people came and joined me because I needed to see. I couldn't see with things blocking me, people talking. So I kind of do what I do with football games. I kind of sit solo and just
y'all think I'm famous. I was the famous one. Got people talking to her every time.
Whatever.
Jesus.
That was last year. That was annoying because those boxes were bigger last year. I know the boxes you were talking
I know
about.
what he's talking about. I couldn't see to my right because of them. Yeah.
They're like the fans or misters, the big black boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Those ones were even bigger last year. And I'm telling you, if you're on one side of training camp, on one side of the 50, you couldn't see the other side because there was a big ass box like every 10, 15 yards.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I see what you're saying. But no, I stayed up top though. Forget that. I wasn't touching.
I sure did move. Like at first it was cool, but once they started doing drills and stuff like that, I like I'll say hi and I'll conversate initially just like I do with football games. But most people that know me, they don't talk. They do not talk to me. They leave me alone. They'll even tell other people don't talk to him. So it was actually David Colucci that was come on. He was like, "Come on, I'm gonna take you up to the top." Because everybody knows how I am. So I was like, "Yes, let's go. I gotta go." It's not to be rude like that, but it's just like I can't be having conversations when I'm trying to pay attention. I'm trying to coach from the stands.
Oh Lord, we'll get to that. We'll get to your coaching from the stands in a little bit. But shout out to the chat. Shout out to my boy Raider Ryan. Hey, happy birthday to my dad. Appreciate you, big dog. Yes. Happy birthday to my pops, y'all. Today's his birthday. Yeah. The man is 71 years old today. So shout out to pops. Yeah. What's going on, my boy? Big Luck, Coach. Ain't no one won 805 takes.
Stick around. All right, John, stick around for a minute.
Right, brother. Yeah. What's going on, brother? Salute to y'all. 805. Been warming up for this, right? That's why I had to have him up here, bro.
Since Saturday. Good luck. Saturday.
I had to have him up here for that. But yeah, I'm here for Chido. Yeah, I got you, bro. I got you. Apparently, I'm the positive one of the group this time around. We'll see. Yeah. Shout out to my boy Speedy. What's going on, man? Happy birthday. What much to NBC Worldwide. How you doing? Man, that was his homeboy telling him he talks too much.
Yes, hey, if it was your homeboy, I kicked your homeboy down the stairs. God damn it. All right.
My boy D-Man. Shout out to D-Man.
That's what you did. You
probably, man. They probably said, if you see this guy out there, man, go give him shit. What's up to my boy Will? What's going on, brother? How you doing? Hi, Raiders IG. Welcome. Hey, brother. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all for Pop's birthday wishes. But yeah, I mean, hey, let's get to it. So, you guys were obviously there on Saturday, right? You got to go Friday and Saturday, 805. So you obviously were there for the quote unquote scuffle, if you will, that's been floating around media, right? So about Max and Kirko getting into it, and then obviously come Saturday, neither one of them got to participate in team drills. So that's the other part I want people to understand too. Like they were there, they warmed up, they did individual drills, right? They just did not participate in any team practices.
No.
And then, of course, I think 805 didn't know why. I called them afterwards, and I let them know because it came out that Coach Kubiak specifically told the media that he told both of them there's rules, there's standards, and they broke the rules of no fighting. So that's why both of them had to sit out of the team practices. But, I mean, having heard that, how do you feel about that, Raquel? How do you know that they had to sit out Saturday because of what happened Friday, or even how you feel about what happened on Friday between them?
So to me, it's kind of like it just goes back to the coaching and me, feeling good and content. And what's the difference is, right? Is in the past, we've had a lot of favoritism, nepotism, people getting away with things. And it's just Kubiak setting the standard that you have to follow the rules. And that also teaches them to not, do things in game and get penalties. So I think it's just the start of it, and to me, it's like that behavior does need to kind of be nipped in the bud. But in the same note, as far as Kirk Cousins, I kind of see both perspectives, right? Like I don't think that he should have popped off and got upset because in real time that's what's going to happen to you. But also, it is a rule.
Right.
So the benefit of it is I know what Kirk Cousins looks like. I know what Max Crosby can do. They just gave more time to Mendoza and other players that needed that time, and especially because I want to see them. I didn't really care to see Max or Cousins per se right now. Like I'll see them at game time. I've seen them before. However, these players, these rookies, I've never seen them before. Like I wanted to see what they could do.
Right. Okay, makes sense. I'm with that. What about you, 805? You got big looks saying you probably started the fight anyway, bro.
Yeah. I see. No, when I saw the fight actually happened kind of right in front of me, and it was Nate. I was sitting with Nate and Ginslinger. Shout out to Ginslinger as well. We're all sitting there, and it honestly happened so quick, and it broke up pretty quickly. Okay. Because next thing you know, you turn around and Max just has Kirk Cousins' face mask, and then all the linemen came up, all the defenders came up, and they just split everybody up, and then that was basically it. So I think I've heard some like the media and stuff talk like it was like this big scuffle. It just was a lot of people getting together at the end of the day. I mean, again, Max could crush Kirk Cousins in a heartbeat. He basically just grabbed his face mask and held him, and then everybody broke it up. So
he's lucky that's all he did.
Exactly. And I mean, like, look, they both know who each other are, so it's not like they're going to be throwing punches or anything like that. That would just be stupid, and you're not going to get that riled up to get to that point, especially a Max as well as a Kirk Cousins, and Max knowing that's your quarterback at the end of the day. Right. So, but look, like Raquel said, it's Kubiak's rule, and he stuck to it. So he benched him for the full team activities. They got to go out there. They got to do the warm-ups. They got to do the individual. So they got some work in. They got some conditioning out in that heat. But at the end of the day, he held them out. And, yeah, we got to see Fernando. We got to see some other starters. I know we're going to talk about it, but I wish Kieran Crawford would be out there getting some reps. But Pay wasn't out there. But, of course, he needed those mental reps. But no, it was good. I think, again, Kubiak, he held to his guns. He sat him out. And good. That means he'll sit anybody out if you can sit those two.
Right. No, the reason I bring it up is to your point, the media. Obviously, the media is going to blow it out of proportion, right? Fight, big thing. I'm pretty sure it happened quickly. Because, one, I was shocked you guys didn't tell me. I was like, if it was that big of a deal, they would have said something. And obviously, the way you're describing it, it's practice. You're going on what? That was the 9th practice? So they're already getting chippy with one another. Shit like that's going to happen. So it's normal. But I guess when I saw, then of course the media went and just made it even bigger than what it was, you know. But I think to what you guys are both saying, it's good to see Clint be the one like, this is my team, my rules, and that's what we're gonna do, and that's how it should be, right? And a lot of us based that off. I based it off last year. The favorite season Pete showed to certain players, certain people, and then even right now, the fact that it was Max. Right, and it's like you did it to Max, bro. You told Max you're not going out there. You turned Kirko, leader of the offense. Hey, you too. Both of you got to be the main examples on this team.
Sit your ass down.
Yeah, so you're sitting your ass down, but yeah.
And I kind of like the fact that Max is the true leader of this team.
Yes,
right. He's the heartbeat of the team, and he's going to antagonize the crap out of you. You see him do it to other quarterbacks on the opposing team. Right. And so honestly, I didn't notice it, even though it was right in front of me. I didn't notice he was, pulling on Kurt's jersey on the way, going past him or just antagonizing him a little bit. But it was good to see. It was good to see Cousins kind of clap back a little bit.
All right. That's what I like.
Doing some stuff. You kind of know that Kirk Cousins can be fiery. And you know what I'm saying? So he got back at Max and it popped off. But again, it was broken up pretty damn quickly. And Kubiak held him accountable. So
that's cool. Shout out to my boy Simone Raider. Respect to Clint for putting his foot down. Ain't for real though, because and it's a first-year coach, right? First-year coach. I think it takes a lot of gut for a first-year coach to sit a player like Max down, because you guys know if you guys go out there, you see in social media world, the things were flooded. Max needs to stop being a tryhard. Oh, here come the trade rumors. Max isn't going to be happy about being sat out of practice, and it's about time somebody stood up to him. There's so much shit going on out there, but I'm with y'all. Like, I think it was a good thing, that it happened, that it went down, and like how you guys said,
set the tone right now.
And like how Raquel said, it opened up an opportunity. like I'm sure you guys were not expecting Mendoza to take all the ones on Saturday. So you got to see Mendoza out there with the ones the majority of the time. Yeah.
I thought Cousins was like, screw this, it's 114 degrees. I ain't going out there and working. I've been in the league too damn long. Like, forget this, young rook. You go take the reins for a second.
All right.
So when for some reason, and look, because I was out there on Friday, we went afterwards and partied a little bit. We had some fun. You know what I'm saying? And so I didn't hear just the aftermath of the scuffle and everything like that. I didn't hear the press conference or nothing, man. I was me and Chris and Chona and Nate. We went to we had some drinks. We had some fun. But so when we showed up the next day and Cousins was there, I was like, man, I thought Cousins was just having to rest that 80-year-old arm. I don't know. But again, it was good to hold those accountable. And yeah, we got to see Mendoza and got to see some young players, even on the defensive side, get some reps like Coombs, so it was good. It was good to watch.
All right. Good. So the majority of the consensus was Mendoza had a great Saturday. It was a good one, and today was a bad day for him, whatever. And I only bring that up because when I talked to both of you on Saturday, you both had a different point of view of how Mendoza looked on Saturday. So I'll start with Raquel. Raquel, what did you see and what did you get from seeing Mendoza out there on the ones after I had shared with you that I saw a confident Mendoza on Tuesday? So go ahead. Tell me what you saw on Saturday.
Honestly, this is the thing. And it goes back to what I say. I didn't get enough days. I went one day, and everybody can have a bad day or not a great day as the day before. I didn't really feel like he looked as confident from the footage that I had seen previously. And I feel like that possibly could have been, number one, that all of a sudden he's called up to have, all the attention and the focus on him because, Kirk is out.
Right.
For two, it could be because he was mainly with the one, and that could be intimidating. But I don't think it doesn't necessarily mean for me that I'm like, oh, fuck Mendoza and throwing in towels and stuff like that.
Right.
It just means that he does need some work, I think, and I think that he needs to work on his footwork, and I think that he needs to keep working under center and improve on that. And we all expect that, right? It's expected.
Yeah.
He's a
rookie.
He's coming from a different speed, so he does have more work to do, and that's expected.
Yeah. So you don't think he had a great day on Saturday? You think it was underwhelming for you?
I wouldn't say underwhelming, but it was just a good gauge that he just needs more work and a confirmation to me that he needs more work. But like I said, I'm not mad at it. I expect it. That's okay. And from the pressers, the coach reports are that he is improving. He's not making them, mistakes twice. He's, bouncing back more quicker, and that I could see. But it could be a little overwhelming for him, especially going to all the attention and focus on him just because he's out and that you're with the one.
Gotcha. Yeah, fair. That's fair. I like it. The chat seems to be prepared to hear what 805 has to say. To paraphrase Chris, tell him what you saw on Saturday, 805.
We'll get into that. Okay? All right, chat. I'm first going to say if anybody can make it to training camp, I definitely suggest you go because they definitely did a better job, at least this year. Last year went to training camp, and it was just a walk up the hill and then to the stands, and there was really nothing going on. This year, they had some games for the kids. They had some other vendors that are out there. They had a food truck. You know what I'm saying? Like they had some like icy thing, I think. You know what I'm saying? So it was a little bit better than last year. And so I highly recommend if you can make it out there, come out, support, just stay on the top row because it gets hot as shit.
Less people than last year for sure, right?
It was definitely less people.
Yes.
Last year.
There was less people. Did you guys see my kick, by the way? Just saying.
What pick?
My
kick?
Yeah. Kick the field goal.
Oh, your kick. Yeah, man. Yeah, she made it. It was clean.
Yeah, nah.
She stretched and everything
good.
before, bro.
First try.
I don't believe it's a
First
first
try.
try. There were some tries before this.
That was my first and only try after Puro Raider and David Kaluski. But David did end up making it, but their kicks were just like rolling on the ground. And I was like, I wasn't gonna do it at first, and I was like, you know what, let me show you guys. So I went, did my little stretch, because I know that you gotta follow that foot through. People literally will kick and stop there. They don't understand that you have to push it up and get under. But I did it. First and only time.
See, SoCal said we saw those field goal kicks and misses.
So what you're saying, Raquel, is you kicked a field goal and they were just trying to kick onsides. That's what you're talking about.
There you go. That's what it was. That's what it was, bro. I was practicing my onside kicks.
Trying to help them out a little bit. All I gotta say is I was lucky enough where Nate caught a little bit of footage.
He did. Shout out to Nathan with the footage, bro. I like it.
Yeah, stepped up, the real Tokyo Toe. But first shot. No, but again, shout out. Like if you guys can make it, great. Go check it out. Training camp was a lot of fun. And shout out to everybody who was there. Me being in the Vegas area, it's good to actually see just a bunch of Raider fans come together because it's hard to find out here. It's really that simple. So again, shout out to them for making it a little more exciting. Mendoza, good old.
You got a request. Can you give us a breakdown of the amazing touchdown dime that Mendoza threw? The fans and reporters said it was amazing. The Raiders media described him as one of one after that dime. 805. Please tell us.
So, okay, let's do this. My evaluation when I'm watching Mendoza is all about when he's working either really 7-on-7s or full team, right? I'm not really watching too much when he's just running the one-on-ones and stuff like that. I mean, one-on-ones, you're basically just playing catch. Yeah, you like to see the rhythm and maybe he can get some timing down with some receivers, which is good. For the most part, I'm watching how he works in full 11-on-11 full team, as well as some 7-on-7. And I believe I was able to watch him day one or Friday as well as Saturday. And so I was able to see between full team and luckily he got all reps. He got all basically first team reps on Saturday. And so I saw probably around 65 to 70 throws between Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
And
that's quite a bit, actually. Yeah.
It was a lot of throws. And coming away from just Friday, one thing that I was watching Fernando is I have no concern whether or not he's going to get his footwork down. Like he's a smart kid, he's a diligent kid. He's going to be able to get. That's not the biggest concern. One of the things that I wanted to kind of take a look at is what did he look like in the areas that I felt he struggled in at Indiana, right?
Okay, all right.
Being able to go through his progressions, going from his first read down to his fourth read. Again, his body follows his eyes. His accuracy still stays on point. But then I also want to see just how does he stretch the football? Because when you can kind of attack the defense downfield a little bit, it just kind of shows that you have a little bit of comfort, right? Okay. Or are you always looking for the check down? Or are you always looking for the easy route? Because if that's the case, then you might be the comfort level just may not be there. So day one, honestly, it just didn't look pretty. When he went to full team. So
that was Friday you're talking about. It didn't look pretty?
Yeah, on Friday.
Okay.
There was only one time where he went through a full progression. He went from his left and read to the right, all the way to his right, and I believe it was a backside dig route to Malik Benson. It was completely behind him. There is footage of throws that are simple tempo throws, which we all know he's going to be good at. That's fine. When the running back is leaking out of the backfield and it's just a catch, throw, that's going to be on point, right? I'm looking for when he's got to get to his third and fourth read, how does he move with his progression, his eyes and his body? And at the same time, how is he being able to digest the defense on a consistent basis? And the problem that I saw consistently, when it wasn't just the easy tempo throws, there are those where it's just a simple back leaking out the backfield, and I'll go to that touchdown that Chris just mentioned. That touchdown was a simple out route from Trey Tucker. He caught it. He saw it. That was his target. He threw it. It was a good ball, but it's like he was back in Indiana. Okay. It was just a catch and throw. He stared it down, and it was a good throw. But then if you go look at all the other throws that were in the red zone. And that's the other thing that I really watched for was how did Mendoza kind of operate in the red zone? Because now the windows are tight. Everything moves quickly. The windows close extremely fast. And he was just very inaccurate when they went full team.
Really?
And I saw that on Friday. And he only went deep. Now, mind you, on Friday, he didn't have as many reps because Kirk Cousins was running with the number ones, right? And so as I'm watching Fernando, he only went deep one time. That was it. He had one deep shot. That was it. Everything else was either just kind of a dump off, whether it was a check down, whether it was a screen. I mean, towards the tail end of the day and when he was getting his reps, he actually, I don't know if you guys remember the Ohio State game early on when Mendoza threw that pick on that wide receiver screen.
Yeah.
Greedy Vance. Greedy Vance has 2 picks on Fernando. He should have had a third because he dropped it. It would have been a pick 6. That was kind of towards the tail end, so I don't know if Fernando was just kind of feeling rattled, but I couldn't see the other side through it, whether or not the inside receiver missed a block. I couldn't see that. But ultimately, that one should have been a pick 6, but Greedy dropped it.
Yeah, Greedy seems to like either have identified something in him or is recognizing a tell. Because Greedy's the one that's been jumping on him.
What I saw, and it kind of bled into the second day, was, again, for Mendoza only had one deep shot. That was it. One deep shot on Friday, and it was completely overthrown. Day 2 on Saturday, he did not throw the ball deep one time. He had one inside dig route to Ian Thomas that was for about 7 yards, and then Ian Thomas took it for another 10. And then he had about an 8 to 9 yard out route to the left side. I don't know who the receiver was. It might have been Vincent. He had a deep out route. Again, that's just kind of a one read timing route. Outside that, he did not throw the ball deep one time. And it was kind of a when we got in line Saturday morning to get into training camp, I was talking to Fu Chris and I was talking to Chona. We're sitting in line, and I told him, I'm like, I'm going to bet you what I'm going to be looking for is how many times Fernando Mendoza dumps the ball off and if he ever attempts to go deep. Right. Those are the 2 things that I just want to see. What's going to happen? Because as they were running the offense, and again, it bled into Saturday, it feels like they are really, really slowly easing Mendoza into this offense.
I'm glad you said that. Yes.
They are taking like baby steps. And as much as we can say, yeah, okay, like he's a rookie, right? But we're also looking at a number 1 overall draft. Like, I understand easing him into an offense, but at the same time, I want to be able to see you at least execute in a way that accuracy is not a problem. And I'm telling you, accuracy was a problem both Friday and Saturday. He was overthrowing balls. He was trying to get to the sideline with it, and it was just too far from the receiver. And then, like I said, with the end of Friday, he threw that should have been pick 6 to Greedy Vance.
Greedy.
But then at the end of Saturday, he had one fumbled snap from under center, but he also had a fumbled snap that was basically right at the top of his head. He should have had
about those. Yeah.
Leo, when you sent me the video of Q and Vincent Bonsignore saying, no, it in his hands. He should have got it.
Right.
I don't know if he was getting nervous because
he was with the ones that whole day. He was
dumping the ball off and just hitting the running backs at the backfield. I now started to pay attention. Are there receivers deep that are open or at least have enough separation where you could take a shot? Because Aiden O'Connell, the first snap he took on 11-11s, and I'm not saying Aiden O'Connell
careful when you say that name around here, brother.
Aiden O'Connell's very first snap in full team, he took the shot downfield. And so I was kind of halfway through Mendoza's reps. I now started to just kind of pay attention.
Right.
Are there receivers open downfield that he could at least take a shot? He's taking a 7-step drop from under center. He's taking a 5-step out of gun. And so I'm just like, how comfortable are you in this offense? I'm telling you right now, he is taking every safe route that he's given, and he's just not taking a chance. And you combine that with any route any ball that he threw, it wasn't just a simple see it dump off first read. The other ones were pretty damn inaccurate.
Right.
But this is also something that I saw at Indiana. If it wasn't RPO or back shoulder fade, his accuracy is 50-50. That's what the tape tells you out of Indiana. And that's exactly what I saw on both Friday and Saturday, is that he needs to clean up his accuracy. And what is really concerning is that if you are having trouble going through reads and you didn't do it a lot in college, and then when live bolts come at you, I don't want a number 1 overall pick or even a first rounder that has accuracy issues. And so we're going to see what Arizona looks like when it's live bullets, when things are flying, because when you are practicing 11 on 11, you as a quarterback, that's 6'5", 240-pound DN ain't going to take your head off. You're playing comfortable. You're not going to get hit.
You shouldn't be happy feet like that or worried about getting hit
or have accuracy issues.
Yeah.
You shouldn't, because that's the problem, is that the moment it's live and the moment that now you're throwing off your back foot, now you're throwing kind of off balance. Now instead of going through your normal throwing mechanics, now you have to sidearm it. Now your mechanics are a little bit off because you got to get around a DN that's right in your face. If you're already inaccurate with no pressure, or no one's going to hit you, it might get interesting. So that's
Makes
just
sense.
And the last thing I'll say is it was the first day. No, it was the first day, because I was sitting next to LV. LV didn't join us the next day.
He was sick, right?
LV was under the weather after a Good Friday. The other thing I'll say is the one issue that I had with Fernando was he didn't make protection adjustments. He did not. His answer to pressure was RPO. It was never, I'm going to adjust the blocking assignments. I'm going to make sure that I shift the lineman, or I reset the back. If I reset the back, I see pressure coming from my left, I'm going to reset the back to make sure we pick it up. You saw the veteran presence of Kirk Cousins when he would just throw the ball away, right? Pressure was coming, receiver's not open, he threw it away. There was one clear play where Tommy Eichenberg comes off the right side. Mendoza doesn't even see it. He's looking left, and Tommy Eichenberg literally would have taken his head off. But Fernando didn't even throw the ball away, didn't try to at least force it to the receiver or even hurt the ball. If he needed to, he held it. He would have got his ass handed to him. And so, to me, that tells me he's still, again, he's a rookie. He's got time to learn. But these are things I'm watching for to see at what point are you going to get it. And again, it's off the number 1 overall pick. This isn't a 5th round rookie that you expect to kind of have a massive learning curve. This is a guy that you would hope he can come in and at least compete with Kirk Cousins.
Right.
And right now there is no competition. There's absolutely no competition. Kirk Cousins is the clear number 1. And I'll tell you right now, I said this 3 weeks ago in my live. If it was the game today, I'm starting Kirk Cousins. If he gets hurt, I'm putting it in the bottle. And that's just me.
Hey, you know what's funny? You say that about Kirko and then about Mendoza. And I think I said this earlier when I was on with Rundown. A lot of it, too, is us being very critical because he was the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
If it would have just been a rookie quarterback that we drafted, and we have Kirko to I guess, get us through while he's ready, would we be as critical or as panicked as some are about Mendoza and where he's at right now? Or is it the fact that he was the number 1 overall pick and we expect a Cam Newton, a Joe Burrow, a Cam Ward, right? Or a Caleb? We expect him to be out there. And it's like, what do we do at that point, right? Yeah.
I think for me, it's a combination of both. I'm critical of everybody, and I'm watching everything, and but especially because he's the number 1.
Yeah. No.
It's an expectation. So it's a lot of pressure, probably for him too.
And the one thing I will say, and it's really difficult because the one thing I watched for on both days is when did the beat writers show up? And how much were they actually I'm telling you, because half those damn beat writers, when 11-11 is going on, they're mingling, they're chopping it up with somebody. They got their backs turned to the play, they're talking with somebody else. half the damn time they're not even paying attention.
Damn.
I'm just saying, at the end of the day, when they go and they give you that analysis, I'm telling you, yeah, you can go and look at a really good throw when he dumps it off to the running back.
Right. And then the running back breaks it for a big run. It looks good.
I know I've heard some of the beat writers or just guys that are media there. They'll say, "Oh, well, Fernando Mendoza started out pretty suspect and he struggled, but he ended strong." Right. Well, if you notice what they end with in full team, it's a third down field goal situation. So what they're doing is they're setting up basically like a 3rd and 13, a 3rd and 15 situation, and then they're basically working on their timing from when the ball's down to the field goal team coming on. And they did that both Friday and Saturday. And so you might see Fernando drop back and throw a 9-yard out route, and it looks good, but the defense is giving you that. The defense is playing off because they're not going to give you the 15 yards, and then they run the field goal team on. And so if you're judging Fernando Mendoza that he finishes strong, well, okay, so he hit a 7-yard deep slant, but the defense is going to give it to you because they're playing the third down situation, right? And you saw that they rep that ball Friday and Saturday, and that was at the tail end. And then you see the kickers get into it, and now the kickers are kicking field goals. Yeah. And so if you are a media person sitting there going, "Oh man, Fernando Mendoza, he hit a couple good balls at the end." Well, no shit, because the defense is giving you 15 yards. Right. I want to kind of preface that because I have heard some reporters say that where he started off pretty shaky. Oh, but he ended strong. Well, that's probably
right. No, and it makes sense. And I wanted to share with you guys. I don't know if you guys watch or follow Chase Daniels, right? But I like his quarterback breakdowns. I really do like his film because he breaks it down, not only the positive, but he'll also show the negative. But after I talked to you, 805, about his progressions, where he's going to look, and then my concerns, remember I told you, was about the footwork. And you were like, he's going to get the footwork because he puts in the work. Sure. And then I saw this video, and I thought it was really interesting to watch him break down Fernando about what he needs to fix. So I just want you guys to check this out. But this is Chase Daniels on the break.
The quarterback coach or whoever that is on the left calling out who he should throw to. So this to me looks like a 5-step wrap route. So it can be like X wrap. He's also, what's interesting is he's seeding the ball. What does seeding the ball mean? Well, you see him get the snap from under center, then he's taking it to here, and then he's going like that. That's really good ball security, but he's throwing like a little 5-step slant route on timing and in rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like his footwork at the top of his drop. Look how it's all the same level. Left, right, ball out. Good step, good throw, good form. He's doing it again. And I think this quarterback coach is saying stay down. He hopped up a little bit. So there he is. Look at his eyes. You want to get your eyes downfield, right? First read, not there. Second read, all the quarterbacks watching, understanding. Every little rep counts for this young man. It's very important that he gets a lot, right? Just going through progressions. Fernando.
Now, that was what we talked about, right? The progressions, him going through it. And what my crazy part, you guys went to camp. Those were the parts we weren't allowed to film, if I'm not mistaken, when they had the no recording, right?
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Right, Raquel? It was no cameras, because that was the stuff I wanted to get on film. Yeah, that was the part I wanted to get on film. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, me too, because it's like I want to go back and look at them. I don't really care about posting them. I want to look at them. I want to slow them down. I want to be able to do that so that I can, confirm that I seen what I saw.
Uh-huh.
But nope, they were strict. Like if you even put your phone upwards, they were like down.
Yeah, I got a couple of people telling me like you're supposed to put your phone down. Like no, idiot, the sign was flipped this way. But
they'd yell at you if
they would.
If they saw any type of phone facing forward, they get it 100%.
They were super strict with that. Yeah. But I think that what I saw with that chase, that's the progression I want to see, right? What we were talking about. And to your point, 805, and I saw this a lot too, and I was pointing it out to Nate. You see the coaches, whether it's Janoko or Sullivan, talking to him as he's going back. And I don't know if they are telling him where to throw, who to look for, or if he's still learning. Because to me, that's what it is. He doesn't really know where to look at because he doesn't have a hold of the offense the way Kirk. Because when Kirk goes through that, it's so smooth. Kirk knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Yeah, almost like he throws to a spot instead of a player, where I see Nando throw to a specific player when he looks at that.
When you see a drill like that, it's truly just working on, and again, I'm just going off of just my knowledge and my history of playing and coaching the game.
Right.
But when you look at a drill like that, that's basically him most likely just really working on, again, bringing his body with his eyes. His eyes work down the progression, and he brings his shoulders, his hips with it, making sure his feet go with it. So it's just repetition at this point for him in those type of drills, right? But the problem is that once you kind of get into the real game, your feet and eyes, your body needs to go with your eyes based on what the defense is giving you. So you have to process so much in that very split second. And so the defense is going to tell you whether or not you now have to go through your progression. Whereas in that drill, it's a good drill, but it's just it's working on the mechanics of going through your progression. Right. And so, but like I said earlier, and I've said this for a long time, like I have no concern that Fernando Mendoza is going to get the footwork down and stuff like that. I just think it's just the process from under center through play action, and understanding, honestly, NFL defenses and how they move based on college.
Right. And which is good. And again, like to Chris's point, that's why I brought up Chris's thing. That's why I'm looking forward to Thursday. That's why I really wanted to go to the Arizona game Thursday. Right. And that was why, because at that point, it's no more red shirts. It's no more Max, don't get close to the quarterback. It's no more as you're watching practice, oh, that was a sack. Or, oh, that was a good throw. No, now it's full contact. Maybe not full playbook, but you're out there going up against other people that you haven't been practicing with every day. So you'll be able to see if the offensive line is making those holes the way they make it look in practice. So you see Genty and Washington flying through, right? Or Brock being unguardable. I don't doubt it. But when you see him, and I don't know how much of Brock we're going to see that day, but maybe we'll see a lot of Big Mike on Thursday, right? We'll see a lot of Big Mike on Thursday, hopefully, and what's going to go out there. But I think, to me, that's what's so important, why preseason games matter, us as fans and as us, for these players, like, because our team is so young, right? We have a really young team, yo. Yeah. Right. And to see them go out there against a pass rush, against other players, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't Arizona have Will Johnson? They're the ones who drafted Will Johnson.
They drafted
Will
Johnson.
Where's Chris? So going up against a really good corner in Will Johnson, right? To see what they do against somebody like that, right? Or Buda Baker. What are they going to do? I don't know how long Buda Baker's going to play, or if he's even going to play. But just to see them go up against competition like that, and to see where Clint and this offense has this team at right now, right?
I hate when people say, like, it's just preseason. It's like,
yeah.
Are you kidding me? What do you mean it's just preseason? I'm at training camp already, pissed off, excited, or, like, I don't understand how people don't understand how important preseason is.
Preseason allows you to get a really good gauge on a lot of things. And the perfect example, and Chido, we talked about it.
Yeah.
Look at Carson Beck and what he did in his debut.
Yeah.
Right? If he looked like absolute crap, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, well, it's preseason. Not that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? He's a third rounder. He's a learner. Like, then the sugar coating comes out and the excuses.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Then he comes out and absolutely kills it. Right? And he just now earned himself again. You got to let preseason roll out a little bit longer. But now you have this conversation in Arizona of, wait a second, can he start day one? You know what I'm saying? Is he a lot closer to taking over for that quarterback room than previously thought? So preseason can tell you a lot on just how ready and how prepared someone is. And Chido, we talked about it. Like, Carson Beck literally performed like you would want a number 1 overall pick to perform.
Yeah.
And I'm not so slight on
Mind
Mendoza,
you, it was, but yeah.
but but it's just that really was. Like if Fernando Mendoza comes out and performs like Beck, you could sit there and go, okay, wait a second. This kid is starting to kind of get something here. Like that's what you want to see. Just the comfort. Within a system, just how really he just came in and what the moment wasn't too big at all. And what I saw 2 days in camp was a guy that is truly not ready at all. And then he starts fumbling snaps, and then he starts overthrowing, and then the accuracy really starts to fall off. And you're just sitting there going, okay, this kid is clearly not ready.
Yeah.
So I hope he gets a ton of snaps against Arizona. I really do. I know we're.
I hope so too. Yeah. We'll get into the depth chart right now, but I mean, yeah. But as far as camp overall, what was your guys' feeling, or how did you leave feeling camp? And the only reason I said that because last year I heard a lot of mixed things. Like there was a lot of shenanigans, a lot of horseplay going on. It didn't really seem more like serious business, right? And then I think we saw that after that first preseason game in Seattle. We were like, bro, what the hell's going on here? Like, we're in trouble, right? And I don't want to come Thursday with that same feeling after the Cardinals game. Right? Hopefully it's different. But when you guys left training camp, like, how did you feel overall as a team that we look going forward with Kubiak and this new coaching staff, new personnel, younger squad, a rejuvenated Max, things like that. But how did you feel leaving camp?
Honestly, like you said, last year was a shit show. It was just like, it looked like it was more about entertainment and putting on appearances for the public. That's what it looked like to me. This year I've seen a lot of real training happening, a lot of real training going. And even though, like I didn't feel like everyone took the part, like you said, it's a young team. So it is what I expect. I've been calling for a rebuild, a true rebuild for a really, really long time with fresh faces, a new coaching staff. We have that. I think that the differences between, previous, because people always ask what's the difference? The difference is I really see true training going on. I also see that there's not favoritism or nepotism, and that was shown when they, bench, two of our starters, for especially one that'll throw a fit. He didn't care. He was exerting his authority. And so that's what I feel like the difference is now. There's no favoritism, there's no nepotism. Everybody has to earn their spot. Clearly shown in training camp, even the footage that I seen that I was not present at. But it's to be what I expected. It's gonna take a couple of years at least. So I'm not expecting us to, show out and make the playoffs or not even the Super Bowl. So I'm patient with it. And I've said this a million times, as long as I see progression, I see everyone improving, and I think that in the pressers, if you hear some of the coaches talk, they have not said, from what I've seen, Mendoza finished strong, like 805 was saying. It's more like he's improving. Yeah, he's improving, making progress.
No, the media personnel are the ones that are saying it after. Yeah.
Yes, at the presser. Yeah. So to me, I mean, I think it's transparent. I like that they're transparent and that they're being positive, but still letting me know exactly where everybody is at and that they see progress. That's all I expect this season. Not going to be upset if we don't win 8, 9 games, but as long as I see us win more games than we did last year. And I think we can do that.
How about you, 805? How were you feeling after camp, big dog?
When it comes to just how they're progressing, it's hard because obviously with the fans there, they're not going to showcase a whole lot, right?
Right, and with reason. Yeah.
And unless you really know what these coaches are actually coaching, it's going to be hard to really figure out, okay, like how well are we going to start to gel and work. Now, I think the vibe was really good at practice. Okay. I think the players, they're flowing well, going from drill to drill. I think there was just a kind of a sense of excitement with some of the players. And I'll be honest, I think when you have when you have some of the younger players, I actually posted a couple of videos on some shorts. Brandon Cleveland, just him going and they're going to hit bags, right? And this kid flew into the bag and just did an absolute somersault afterwards. Like he went 110%, and it got the crowd all riled up. It got the other players riled up, And so it looks like we have some young players that are just kind of trying to keep the energy alive as well, which is good. But again, at the end of the day, it's so hard as just a fan in the stand to figure out exactly just how much are they progressing, and how well they're doing. Also, we hear stuff like Malik Benson is shining and doing well, but then the thing is okay, but how good are DBs progressing? Is he beating up on a third string safety or a UDFA? So I just hope at the end of the day, like Raquel said, we see improvement.
Right.
But it looked like there was just a good flow to practice. But I do have just some things on just real quick on the offense and defense outside of Mendoza. I know that was the hot topic. I know people want to yell at me about that one. But just to kind of confirm, Zeke Masses.
Yes.
Okay.
Zeke.
This guy was sitting next to me. All right. So we were talking. Okay. So I'm not making stuff up. This guy can confirm half the damn stuff. Okay. So shout out to Chona. What's going on, big dog? Let's see. Okay.
So what up are we doing?
What up, man? Defensively, honestly, I think Zeke Masses is as advertised. People are out there saying that he's doing a good job. I know on Friday I saw him. He picked off Kirk Cousins, did a hell of a job in the red zone. Brock Bowers was basically coming from the tight end position to basically run to the corner of the end zone. The defense was running a little bit of a zone, and Zeke did a hell of a job. He kind of sunk inside with the outside receiver, but then stayed to his own, sat outside, and honestly, just easy pick. Baited Kirk Cousins and got him.
Right.
And so there's been a couple examples of Zeke Masses. I think that he's going to challenge Darian Porter because right now, based on the depth chart, I know we're going to talk about it. I think it's going to be a good little competition. One kid that I think is doing pretty good is Terrion Johnson.
Yeah.
Johnson.
Yeah.
He looks pretty good out there. And so that's why my question 3 weeks ago, a month ago now was, I don't know where Stooks is going to play. I don't know where he fits on this defense as a starter. And we look at the depth chart, and obviously he's not starting, but you got Teron Johnson that should start based on what at least I was seeing. Isaiah Palmau looks pretty good. The only one that I think maybe he could press up is maybe Jeremy Chin, but it's only maybe in the coverage side of things, not the physical side of things. We all know Jeremy Chin is physical in the box safety.
Right.
But maybe he could work. Because Jeremy Chin is just not the best cover safety. Well, maybe Stooks can kind of chip away there, but I think they have Stooks behind Isaiah Palmau. But yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is I don't know where Stooks can chip away at this starting a secondary. And then on the offensive side, just real quick, offensive line, they're shaking things around. I know they have the depth chart, but they're playing guys all over the place. So we'll see just kind of how that works out. But the running back room, I'll tell you, man, Genty looks tiny out there.
Yeah, he really does. He really does.
Yeah.
I heard he lost weight. So he's only at about 205, 206 now, and at 5'8", he looks tiny. And there's no flash out of Genty at all. Like if you think about a number 6 overall pick, right? And look, I understand once you kind of break past the line of scrimmage, you get to the secondary in training camp, they're not tackling. They're basically just going to a thud. They're going to try to punch the ball out a little bit. That's really it. They're not really tackling you. But there's no flash with Genty at all. He had the one run down the right sideline. I believe it was day 2 where he was basically untouched until about 10 yards. And then outside that, again, secondary is not really tackling you. So he just kind of took off. But you got Hemby that just runs straight. There's not a whole lot to him. We'll see just how it works out. Mike Washington Jr., he is truly that. I need that one cut and go. He's not gonna be flashy in the backfield. He's not gonna be kind of great in open space. He just needs that one cut and go. If you can give him that opening, I think he's gonna take off. And I know you I was tapping it with you and Rundown earlier. And I said Lobby literally was the only one making he actually went to handoff and he'd cut outside to the open space. I'm not saying Lobby's going to start. I'm not saying Lobby's even make this team. But he was literally the one on Saturday and the majority of Friday that if the right cut was outside, he'd make that right cut, and now he's gaining yards untouched. Whereas, again, there was just nothing flashy about Genty at all. No real wow plays, nothing that you're sitting there going, hell yeah, that's my number 6 overall pick. And I had my concerns last year and broke down his game film where his vision is questionable. He's not very great in open space. And so he's still not making the cuts. And we'll see just how it works. But again, everybody says with the better offensive line, he better look better. So we'll see. We'll see how it works.
Yeah. But what up, Chona? Welcome, buddy. I know you just got off of work. Chona here joined us. They were sharing what they thought of camp, what they saw in Nando, what they saw in the defense. And real quick, just to catch up, anything that stood out to you, Big Dog, in camp?
Horrible. Everybody, horrible. No, I'm just kidding. And it's funny because we were talking about.
There you go, Raquel. Much better. Yeah.
About Fernando. Fernando he looked a little off. I know you saw it. We all kind of saw it. And we in 805.
See, that's crazy because the beat writers swore he had a great practice on Saturday, and the three of you told me that he didn't look good on Saturday.
Yeah, he can't. I don't know. He was just like
trying to throw the whole team away.
Nah, but it was. We're sitting there. It's funny because it was 805, Chris, and then myself, right? And we're sitting there, and he throws the ball, and I'm sitting there like. And I look over to Chris is between me and 805, and 805 was just and then Chris is sitting there like, man, I don't know. And I was sitting there like, because there was like no really pressure on him at that moment.
Right.
He just overthrew the guy. And I was like, oh shit.
And mind you, Chris, out of all people, is the big Mendoza fan.
Yeah, he's a big
Chris is a big Mendoza fan. Yeah.
Yeah. He was kind of like, I don't know, man.
So he ain't out there with hate on his eyes, bro. Chris is not out there with hate in his eyes, people. If Chris is watching, he's waiting for that awe moment to be like, "See, I told you, I told you."
Yeah. He had a couple of throws that he did hit and stuff like that, and he's like, there he is. So you can tell he needs work. You can just tell he needs work. It's gonna take some time.
Mm-hmm.
We'll wait and see.
It is.
That day we didn't get to see Cousins at all because him and Max,
they're grounded that day.
They were grounded that day. Daddy told them no, so they weren't allowed to practice, so they were just on the side. So we didn't get to see Cousins. We saw just a bunch of Mendoza and AOC. Well, remember what I used to like about AOC is how you can put the ball over and drop it in.
Right, how he had that touch to drop it in place.
Yeah, he had a couple of those during that, but it didn't. And then Chris was funny because Chris was like, "That's my what did he say? That's my MVP was AOC." And we were just laughing, and then he rolled out on one play. His rollout didn't look too bad. And I was like, "Wow, he looks a little lighter on his feet." That was a little interesting. He didn't look too bad, but I was like, he's not going anywhere. He's at the bottom of it.
But then Chris got all
absolutely not.
Yeah, Chris got all excited, and then AOC had that play where he rolled out to his right and just completely dropped the ball.
Yeah. So we were kind of laughing at it. I was like, oh man, it's like, all right, let's see.
The real AOC stood up eventually.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
He stood out. So I was kind of like, all right, same shit.
Shout out to Alpha Omega, finally in position in the building. Don't have to be disappointed about the outcome of our next 2 years. Time to get together, watch parties. Tailgate's the only way we know how, because Raider Nation wins at the parties. We may not win on the field, but we win in the parties, right? But shout out to my boy Protect the Shield with the 10 jewels. Big luck with the 10 jewels, and Chris with more. See, Chris is figuring out those jewels. There you go.
You're gonna figure them out.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but
Where's-
you could tell that those quarterbacks need work. Like I said, we didn't get to see
Yeah.
Cousins. I didn't get to see Cousins because on Friday I had a automobile issue that I had to take care of, so I didn't get to go on Friday.
Yeah.
But you know, it is what it is. Quarterbacks need to work. Running backs, like AFI was saying about Dylan Lobby on Saturday. You know, seeing those.
Alright.
You know, remember when you played those Madden games and you had that big sweep going right or going left?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was he was hitting them like you would on the game. And I was like, okay, that's,
I used to
that's
always hit
interesting.
those with Jacobs and McFadden.
Yeah. He was hitting those sweeps, so it was very interesting. So I was like, okay.
So,
But
was it last Tuesday or Tuesday before? Me and Jeff, you know how me and Jeff are with one another.
yeah,
Jeff was basically saying that this year doesn't matter, right? That this year is all about what we have, seeing what we have, and this out there, right? So this brings me what Hummer's thing. Mendoza was chosen to play in 2025, right? This is just a molding year, molding clay this year. I want to ask you three, when you hear that, does that make sense to you? Are you okay with it, or does it upset you that this year doesn't matter, that we're playing for the future anyway?
Well, I'm never gonna say that a season doesn't matter. I'm never gonna say that. However, if he makes drastic improvements and he gets the experience he needs in preseason and he looks good in preseason, I wouldn't mind him starting this season. However, if he doesn't and we need to wait until 2027, then I'm okay with that. I'm patient with it. Like, if you know the true meaning of a rebuild, you know it's going to take time. You cannot want instant gratification and just throw in the towel. You just want to see improvements. We've been in the dumps for so long that we should be patient and accept improvements at this point. Just my opinion.
What about you, 805?
Not me.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's easy. I based on what I broke down on my channel with him, I knew that it was going to be a 2027. I mean, I just didn't see that he had the skill set that transfers to the NFL mastered enough.
And not just Mendoza. I mean, the overall team in general, right? Even with our O-line. Like, play the young guys. See what we have. See what Jack Bass. Throw them out there anyway. All right? Like in that sense, where this year doesn't matter. This is the year we have to see what we have in order to move on forward.
I mean, and again, I might just be like Debbie Downer. So chat, buckle. But it's just when you look at, like, I love the free agent signings, right? Leonard Baum, great. Man, I'm telling you, I am excited to watch Quay Walker. I'm excited to watch Quay Walker fly around. I think
he looks big and fast and lean out there. It's interesting. It's crazy.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah, and switching over to the 3-4, but again, it's still going to be more of a 4-man front. They're running a bunch of even fronts, so
we'll see it when we look at the depth roster. It shows on there that it's not a traditional 3-4.
But Quay, they're moving him around, so I think it's going to be pretty nasty with him. So I'm excited to definitely see that. See, I can be positive. But I think what's tough is, as much as this is a new head coach, and I understand that, I want to sit back and enjoy it, and I'm going to sit back and just enjoy some Raider football, but I want to see the guys that we drafted. I want Spy Tech to prove that he knows how to draft. That's what I want. And right now, I after this last draft, the way that this depth chart is looking right now, and we'll talk about it, like, I'm very, very suspect on just how well Spy Tech is drafting. And I'm a firm believer that if you want sustained success, you got to draft. You go to the draft. You have to be able to find not just one or two starters in the first 3 rounds, but you also need to find some diamonds in the rough to go with it. And right now it's like, I'm not seeing a whole lot. And so that's why, yes, I'm going to sit back, watch some football. So I'll watch some Raider football. I'm going to barbecue. I'm going to go out to tailgates, have a good time, hit up that J-Lot. But, I'm kind of I know this looks like, it's basically a development year.
Okay. What are you, Big Chona?
Shoot. I mean, I don't know. It feels like it's going to be a development year. I wouldn't want it to be. When you have picks, when you're picking 1 year in the sixth and you get a running back, and then the next year you get the first and you get a quarterback. I think they should be somewhat ready to go out, at least as a first round pick.
Not only that, you got the number one tight end the year before that. Yeah.
You're talking about the number one tight end, the number one running back supposedly that coming out that year, and then you got the quarterback, right? So
right.
I know the O line's always it's been a big issue for the last couple of years. It's a new once again it's a new coach.
Right.
That's another thing. It's another year of a new coach. For the last 4 years has been a new coach every single year. So it's hard to build off of that, when you come in and you change everything every year. So I feel like it's going to be a developmental year. I still want to see progress though with what you do have, and I want to win a couple of more games. Like I don't want the number one pick next year.
You don't want the number one pick.
I really don't. I really, I don't want the number one
because we have high expectations.
Not necessarily expectation, but I want them to go out there and actually not be the worst team.
Kind of like what Hummer was saying. Yeah,
like 7 wins.
Yeah, like give me something I can build off of. Yeah, give me something I can build off. Because 6 wins, okay, you can build off of that.
Right.
7 wins, and building. Okay, weed out the ones you don't need yet, but it feels like it's going to be one of those years. But I need
the number 5 pick.
No, not even. I don't even want a top 10 pick.
Oh, you don't want a top 10 pick. All right.
No,
all right.
You know what I mean. I don't want a top 10 pick.
And this is why I go to games with Chona. Because in our mind, we know it's a developmental year. We understand what's going on. Like we know it's a rebuild. But the fan in us does not want that top 10 pick.
I don't want a top 10 pick. You know what I mean? It's been a top 10 pick too long. God damn it. Every year.
The only thing I will not I'm not going to give Spytek any slack on at all is if we, barring any injuries happen, I get it.
Right.
But if our O-line is not good, I'm going to be pissed.
Okay.
Because Spytek has now had 2 free agencies and 2 drafts to make this O-line work. And you drafted a running back at number 6. So if you can't make this O-line work, if this O-line is not at least minimum top 15, I'm gonna be pissed.
Well,
because you had plenty of opportunity to fix this.
I hear you. I feel you.
Yeah.
But what, and I get it, but then again, what if last year it was Pete that wanted Genty? And that's why we ended up with Genty. And it wasn't following Spytek's plan about who to take at 6.
That's another thing too.
But because that's a lot of it right now. They were saying that Pete is the one that wanted him because he wanted this guy again, right? Yeah. To lead his team.
If it was Pete that wanted Genty, then I get that. I understand that. But
then I get the second round mistakes and I get
maybe it's just me, but I am a massive build in the trenches guy.
Yeah,
you have to build in the trenches if you want to find success. If you look at if you look at all the Super Bowl winners, if you look at the teams that are top 10 every single year or consistently, what massive common denominators, they have some of the best offensive lines. So if you want to have a good team, I'm a firm believer that it all starts with the offensive line. So again, Spytek, 2 free agencies, 2 drafts. If you haven't gotten right at this point, I'm going to be pissed.
Well, I mean, and to your point, great way to transition to it, but let's look at that.
Because I do understand the whole Spytek, because with Pete Carroll last year, because that wasn't his crew. It wasn't his crew. So it wasn't Spytek's crew to choose. It was kind of like, here, this is what you get. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay. And then, you know, whether you like it or not, Pete Carroll had a lot of say in a lot of stuff last year.
Yeah.
So,
especially with the not playing of Spytek's guys that he chose, right? They're not playing of Grant. They're not playing of Rodgers. The not getting the ball enough, or Jack Best being on the field last year, as opposed to having Lockett out there, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and that's why he had his sons
Mhm.
on the coaching staff too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Great segue into where are those guys on this depth chart today? The
Yeah,
drops.
and perfect way. So those of you that don't know, today's the unofficial release date of the depth chart for Thursday's game, right? So this came out today. Jalen Naylor, Colton Miller, Spencer Burford, Tyler Lindenbaum, JPJ, Glaze. Let's stick with the O-line first, right? Are you surprised at all by the five that are out here as the ones, right? And then you look behind them, you got Grant, you got Rogers, Meredith, Mafi, and then Trey Zoon out there as well. Like when you see that five, are you cool with that? Or did you expect, say, Grant, Rogers to be in there? Or like, how do you feel is that? Or is that cool for right now where we're at this point in the season, heading into preseason 1? Does anyone surprise you with that starting five?
I'll let Raquel go first if she wants to.
Raquel.
I'm not big on Meredith, and I don't want to see him at all.
Okay. When you come
You told her to go first, man.
That's good. That's them be fighting words.
I need to hear why you're gung ho Meredith. But to be honest with you, I'm not surprised on what I see, because I think that for the first time we've really created that competitive nature where everyone has to fight for this, and they're truly going to come out and be their best. So if this is what they think it is, then they see something that I don't. And I'm still in last season mode, to be honest, with Meredith. But it could change. It could change with the new coaching staff. It could change. Like I'm being optimistic. I'm just gonna stay optimistic. And right now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm still in last season's mode, and I need to see some shit first, besides training camp.
What about you, Chona? The starting fives with their backups.
I'm not really too surprised, to be honest. When I saw it earlier, I was like, it's preseason. You know what I mean? It's like, you're gonna have guys on there that we all know aren't gonna make it at one point. Just to see what they got. But it's not too surprising. I just want to see how they play, see a little bit of the playbook and stuff like that. That's what I'm looking forward to on Thursday.
So before 805 goes on this rant, because I know he's going to, I see it in there.
Let me get a drink.
My thing is,
can't wait.
My thing, and it goes back to what 805 just said about the players he's drafted. How is it that Burford, who was a bum coming into us, was never a starter, right? Was always one of the lower ranked players. How is it now that he's starting left guard, and you're telling me that these guys that we drafted can't beat him out? The only thing in my mind that this is making sense is, and I think I heard Lincoln said it one time, it's not always your five best players, right? It's always the five that play the best together.
Yeah.
And to me, that's what's making sense and why they picked these five at this point, right? But go ahead, 805.
That's true.
But to that point, I've always said, since the day I kind of started my challenge stuff, is the offensive line, you're only as good as your weakest link, right? And so it's a unit. Everybody on the offense, if you want to specifically just look at the offensive line, you could throw tight ends in there because they're going to put their hand in the dirt next to the offensive line. But it just takes one to miss their block. Yeah. Everybody else could do the job. If one misses their block, then you're screwed. And so at the end of the day, that's why I'm a firm believer that you build up the offensive line as much as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Now to go back to Meredith. Okay. Look, I'm not judging Meredith off of last year. I think he got absolutely screwed over because I Meredith has a soft spot for me because prior to the 2024 season, we brought on God damn it, who was the offensive coordinator that we brought over from Chicago?
My God, Luke Getsy.
So we hire on Luke Getsy. whenever you hire on a brand new offensive coordinator, typically you're going to bring over maybe like a receiver and an offensive lineman. They're just extra coaches. They help the other offensive linemen kind of teach their scheme. And so I went on. I basically said, look, the one guy that I wanted to bring over was Lucas Patrick. He ended up going to the Saints, and he actually went and did well with the Saints. But then we went and brought over Cody Whitehair. And I swear to God, I told myself again, I just did it. And
shit.
I went back and I watched tape of Cody Whitehair,
Cody
and I just
Whitehair.
knew he used to be trash. I was pissed when I found out that was the guy that we brought over. But then it was the Cowboy preseason game, that 2024 season, where Jordan Meredith was playing guard, and I broke down the game film. I'm looking at it, and I thought Jordan Meredith actually did very well. So I kept watching him, and I said at the start of the season, Jordan Meredith, he's got to start. One, I know Cody Whitehair is trash and garbage.
Right.
And I think Jordan Meredith has the skill set to be a starting guard in the league. Now it's preseason. How well can he do? That's to be determined. But I thought he was definitely better than Cody Whitehair. Well, in the 2024 season, Jordan Meredith ended up being ultimately, it can fluctuate depending on what you're looking at, but basically a top 15 guard in the National Football League. He was, without question, our best offensive lineman that year. Colton Miller went down, but ultimately 364 offensive snaps, passing snaps, and not a single sack given up in the 2024 season. And he was extremely efficient in the run game, going against the Broncos defensive line, going against.
Wasn't that the year that our quarterbacks were getting killed too? Like we lost Aiden a lot. We had what's his name
Not by
playing?
Jordan Meredith.
Yeah.
He never gave up a sack in 360 plus snaps. But then what is Pete Carroll's son do? He moves him to a goddamn position he has never played before in his entire life. Never in his entire football career did he ever play that position. And Meredith, he's already undersized. And so when you're undersized, now you have to snap the ball and then get your hands up and snap the ball and get your hands up and get your feet involved as well. Yeah. It's not easy. Plus, you've never played that position before. It's different footwork. It's different hand placement. Everything is different. So
Everything.
I honestly felt bad for Jordan Meredith. But then you move him back to guard, and the problem is that now he's basically learning the offense at a completely different position. Even though he's used to guard, you now have to learn the offensive scheme, the blocking scheme as the guard.
Zone blocking is different. Yeah.
So that's why I just think, is Jordan Meredith going to start on this offensive line? Most likely not. Probably not. I wouldn't be surprised, and because it's just a different regime and they're going to bring in their guys, shit, I don't know if Jordan Meredith will be here. I have absolutely no clue. But ultimately, if you take what Jordan Meredith is good at, and if you look at what he did in the 2024 season before Pete Carroll and his son just screwed him over, Jordan Meredith was a damn good guard. So that's what I'm basing him on. But
so you would prefer him over Burford?
100%.
Okay.
I'd prefer him over JPJ.
Whoa!
In 2024, he's our best guard right now. JPJ has a lot of potential, but he's very inconsistent.
Let's talk about getting screwed over. Let's not forget how JPJ got screwed over.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I do think
did.
damn near the entire offensive line gets a pass.
Right.
Well,
Same.
We're just it was just coaching.
Right.
So, but what is very interesting though is it goes back to, give me an indication on how well Spytech is drafting. And one, I know it's not the draft, but it's free agency. You went and you got Ashton Genty as the number 6 overall pick running back, and your second top free agent pickup outside of Geno Smith was Alex Kappa. You thought that was the solution to this offensive line, and then you followed it up with Charles Grant and Caleb Rogers. Now, my thing is, that's fine, but where are these guys now playing? They're now still backups. Caleb Rogers got some burn last year, right? Charles Grant got some burn at the tail end of the season when the season was already over, and he was playing a bunch of backups against Kansas City, right? So it remains to be seen, what is Charles Grant going to look like? We don't know. But what we do know now is that they are both starting the season to third-round draft picks, which, in my opinion, you find starting caliber players in the first, second, and third round. We now have 2 third-rounders backing up the offensive line. So, to me, I just feel like if this offensive line works, it's fine. I want it to work. I want them to come out and just play smash mouth football and Genty now runs for 150 yards. Let's make it happen. But now you got your draft picks sitting as backups, and you got a third rounder sitting as a backup as well. It's just telling me these draft picks, they're just not panning out.
Based on what you're saying, just so I understand, so Rodgers should be starting based on where we took him and what year he's coming into, and Grant should be more included as well.
Yeah, I honestly, I mean, I think Grant has a little more development because he came from such a small school.
Yeah.
I understand the more development that he may need, but Caleb Rogers, he came from I forget where he came from, but he was a D1 school.
Maryland, or was that Glaze?
He did Glaze.
Glaze.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he came from a good D1 school with good competition. So you would think that if it's not last season at some point, which he did. I see it big like Texas Tech. So you go for you at least come from a school to where you're seeing at least some decent competition. So I would think a third rounder at some point should be able to start. Now, mind you, we're talking about 2 third rounders. We talk about Darian Porter, he's starting, but still suspect. He's going to start all season. Jack Mesh, very suspect. We'll talk about the rest of the depth chart. So I'm really questioning a lot of these draft picks that Spytech is coming up with right now.
Mind you, this is first depth chart that's come out prior to the first preseason game, right?
Yeah,
this can change. This can change before that first game against Miami.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, I see. I see where you are.
I think the coaches from last year, I think a lot of players took a hit from that too, though.
Yeah,
they're developing these players on both sides weren't all that great.
Right.
So it's like it felt like a lost year almost last year with that coaching staff.
It was.
It's like now it's like if they were on year 2 last year, it almost feels like okay, it's year 2.1. You know what I mean? Because the coaching staff last year was just horrible.
Right.
So I don't know. We'll see.
And let's not forget the one thing, and Joe Morley always reminds me of this, that we're adding this year to our offensive line. Because even to what 805 said, the tight ends block as well, right? You think of Big Mike, Ian Thomas, even Brock, can block. But we got a fullback.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Connor Hayward. We have an actual fullback in the backfield now. So how's that going to work? What's that going to look like for Genty and the run game, right? Like, what's that going to be like? So it's definitely interesting thing to see when it comes to the offensive line. But the opposite end, the trenches. I want to start in the trenches. On the defensive end, we got Max Tonka, and of course Hall of Fame defensive tackle according to 805, Adam Butler. Right, he's in there.
Adam Butler.
Right, and then notice it says edge, right? So you got a DN, 2D tackles, and an edge. It's got Quiddy, and then we got Malcolm, Jonah, Thomas Booker, Kieron Crawford, who's been in the red jersey for some fucking odd reason, right? And then JJ Pegues as well. But yeah, that's what the defensive line looks like. Obviously, we've heard a lot about Tonka. This is the training camp he's having, right? Quiddy, Malcolm, right? Malcolm. To me, Jonah and Tonka are the big improvements. Booker, to me, is, I don't know. I didn't see much about Booker. Obviously, he was the Jacorian Bennett trade guy. But how you feeling when it comes to our defensive line?
Well, I mean, I'm always going to feel good if Max is in. That's for sure. Because the past couple years, he's literally done everything. And
you don't want him to go to. You don't want him to go back to Baltimore.
No, of course, I'm always going to want Max. But
yeah,
honestly, I'm just remaining optimistic this year, and I'm putting full faith and trust in this regime because I have not done that in years. But then now hearing 805, I'm like sitting here I'm like, wait a minute. So, I always like to hear other people's perspectives and get their side of things. And I'm very open-minded and to take other people's perceptions and integrate it into mine and to kind of see two sides of it. But this year, I mean, I'm just going to go in it with an open mind and try to remain calm and not get in my feelings and my emotions like I usually do. So I'm trying to stay grounded. I think that it's kind of like goes back to what you said. I think that things are put in place a certain way because maybe they're seeing something in training camp or in practices that these guys fit together. These guys work well together. So that's where I'm at with everything. And I think I'll have more to say about a lot of this once the season starts.
A lot of Crawford fans for a guy wearing a red jersey still.
Raider Nation 510. Love you, big dog. But you also told me that Tyree Wilson was a top 5 player on the defense.
Oh, let's not get started on the Tyree Wilson fanatics.
I'm just saying that is the one comment last season that stuck with me because he rode that like you wouldn't believe that Tyree Wilson was a top 5. No, I think he actually said top 5 player on the team.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Which was a wild take. But also, God, fam, I see you. Trying to make fun of me throwing you out your goddamn mind.
Yeah.
Wait, man. Don't worry. I was just warm up. That's all that was.
Not only that, but people swear that you could just go up there and you're going to be like automatic Joe Burrow accuracy, right? Like,
take a couple of warm-ups.
Right? A couple warm-ups. It's a foam ball. It's a Nerf. It's a Nerf. Yeah.
That's funny.
I'm just doing excuses. That's all.
Although I did see you, I saw you hit the side a couple of times like I did, so I wasn't the only one. But all right.
Raquel had that good kick, with the warm up and everything.
Right, she stretched out and everything.
Stretched out and everything. Had the kick go right through the upright. So
805 had a good kick too.
Oh yeah, he did actually. Yeah.
The real Tokyo Toe. God damn it.
You're the Ventura County toe, dog. The Ventura County toe.
Oh, shit.
They were calling me the Fresno toe. They were like, "Oh, Fresno toe."
Oh wow,
that's comedy.
Now, the next part I want to point out, and this is because I think it's a big concern, is the linebacker. Because I heard someone say that we had depth at linebacker, and I almost spit the water out of my mouth because I was like, "Who? Where?" Right? Because aside from Nakobe Dean and Quay Walker, right, we have Tommy Eichenberg, Cody Lindenberg, Cameron McGrone, Sagoon, I don't want to mess up his last name, Buddy Johnson, and then the guy Cian Sloan, right? Cian Sloan that I have asked you about 805, right?
Yeah.
Those are the no, not even. He's on the edges. He's on the edge.
Yeah,
Xavier Zori. Xavier Zori. Yeah. So this is the linebacking core. And this is the one part that would make me worry that Nakobe Dean hasn't been the healthiest, right? If he goes down, what happens there, right? Quay's been playing out of his mind in camp. So I'm excited about Quay. But if something happens to these two, we could be in trouble when it comes to that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it throws a big curveball out there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, but when it comes to linebackers, the depth is that's suspect. And I see someone in the chat specifically that he knows that his boy is suspect as well. But no, look, we have two guys. We have two backup linebackers that are basically, they're good special teams players. Like I don't know if you guys I went live last year's draft, and because we didn't address the linebacker room at all, I wanted us with that last pick to get Cody Lindenberg because I had a feeling that he could be a good special teams guy. And he ended up being a good special teams guy for us last year. Is he starting linebacker material? That remains to be seen. I don't know if he is, but when it comes to good old Tommy Ami, that guy is struggling if he gets between the white lines on the defense. But good special teams player, Jamba.
Right.
Depth wise, it's gonna be tough. Depth wise, I think.
Yeah.
If Nakobe Dean and his health issues kind of rear its ugly head, it might be a little rough. So
right.
some depth.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely
That's true.
a lot of trouble, right? When it comes to the linebacking core. But
Yeah. And I don't know how you compensate for it again if you are struggling with the backup linebackers. They're just not producing or up to par.
right.
That's the question. Is just how do you adjust the defense? Do you play more big safeties to kind of compensate for that? Just don't know. So we'll see.
And to that, then we look at our secondary. Our secondary, on the other hand, looks a little more promising. It's got more depth, if you will. You got Stokes, Porter, Teron Johnson, Isaiah Palamau, Jeremy Chin, right? Backing them up, you got DCAM, Hezekiah Masses, Greedy, Traydon Stukes, Dalton Johnson, another one, right? Talk about drafts. Gerard McCoy, another one. You got another rookie here, Caleb, and then Devin, Tristan McCollum. So we got a bunch of DBs out there. So to me, and I think this is what I was telling Rundown, and I don't know if you guys saw this at camp. Maybe you guys can share. But when you saw the defense out there, did you see more of the DBs being utilized than as opposed to the linebackers? I saw way more DBs out there than people would think of how we're going to line up on defense.
I saw more, without question.
Yeah.
You had Teron Johnson. He was out there.
Mm-hmm.
But you also had Jeremy Chin on the field as well.
Right.
But then you obviously have Isaiah Palamau playing up top. And so you definitely saw more DBs than linebackers. They're going to run basically what they call that 4-2-5, more than likely, because you saw more even front than odd. You didn't see a true nose tackle. You didn't see whether it be Adam Butler or a Tonka Hemingway playing actually over center, or even that one technique. So I think at the end of the day, we're definitely going to see more DBs than linebackers. They're going to run heavy with the big nickel and Teron Johnson. I think it's a lot of playing time.
Yeah. So Raquel, I'm going to ask you
Teron
first.
Johnson was out there a lot. So.
Yeah, he was. He really was.
He was out there a lot.
But Raquel, Isaiah Palamau slotted as a starting free safety behind second round pick Traydon Stukes. Now, we were both there at the party. We both had our reactions to that pick, right? Seeing this on the depth charts now, that Isaiah is starting over him, how does that make you feel about our second round pick, 36 overall?
It makes me feel confirmed in my exact reaction. I mean, I was like, what? Like, and it's like I said, I have no issue with the kid. I'm sure he's a beast and he has talent. And yes, I believe he does, but that should not have been our focus at that time. I truly just wanted to focus on the O-line and make picks based on that. And so when we're talking about, like if one of these two go out, that's exactly why we should have been getting someone else in the draft for the O-line instead of focusing on the defense. So, like I said,
Jacob Rodriguez.
Yes. So for me, when I heard them announce for our second pick that we were picking up a defense, it just, I thought maybe they knew.
No, the reaction for all of us was like, "Who the fuck is that?" That was the exact reaction all three of us had because we were standing there waiting for Mendoza to come out,
right?
And we're sitting there and we're like, "Ooh, they just moved back," and he's still there. And then we're like, yeah. And then it was like Stukes, and we're like, even the guys behind us were like, what the fuck is that?
Now, mind you, mine may have been the worst in that I made the face, and I said I need a drink, and we walked straight to the bar, right?
Yeah,
we walked straight to the bar.
I know 805 was in Pittsburgh with the fellas, and I'm sure they reacted a certain way when that pick was announced, and we were all told to chill. But I mean, yeah.
The problem is that I think Isaiah Palamau, if you run and it looks like this is what we're running, which I'm excited for. If Isaiah Palamau can run in more of a two high safety set, as opposed to we ran that stupid cover 3 last year. The cover 3
was horrible for him.
It was it was horrible for everybody because not only did we just run cover 3, we didn't disguise it. We didn't adjust to it. We didn't move to it. Nothing. We stuck in a standard cover 3, which any mediocre quarterback can pick apart. And that's basically what they did. And so I was hoping that Robbie Leonard, now being the defensive coordinator, coming from
Brian
coaching
Flores.
with Brian Flores over in Minnesota, he runs more of a 2 high safety defense. If he brings that over, I think Isaiah Paul-Mal can have more success and kind of get to what he looked like 2 years ago, not last year, but the year before that.
The year before, yeah.
And more of a defensive coverage or alignment like that. So I'm excited. I think he can do well or find success. Now, if he does find success, then this is where when you pick up a guy like Stukes, he's not going to most likely start over Isaiah Paul-Mal. I said this before training camp even started. I was like, I don't see him starting over Isaiah Paul-Mal. I don't see him starting over Tron Johnson, only because we traded for Tron Johnson. We went out and we got him. So, and he's a veteran, so there's a good chance.
Yeah.
He's going to get a starting position. I don't see him starting over Jeremy Chin. And so I don't know where he fit unless he just blew our socks off as going out there and playing, which he hasn't at all. So then what does that mean? To at least start the season, things can change. He can improve, but to at least start the season with this initial depth chart, here's another second round pick that's very suspect as to where he's going to fit. And maybe we'll talk about the receivers because there's another second.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
It's just I don't know where he fits. And that's the problem is that, again, like I said before, I expect to draft day 1 starters, rounds 1 through 3. Again, outside of quarterback. I understand sitting Fernando Mendoza in the development. But outside of that, every other position should be a day 1 starter, at least looked at that
Exactly.
way.
Yeah.
And he's guys I think are going to be better than him. I just don't know where he's going to fit, barring any injury.
Now, I asked this to Rundown earlier, and I'm going to ask you guys. Are we being bitter Raider fans? Because Isaiah is Isaiah. We liked him 2 years ago. Last year he was bunt, cover 3, right? But now, to me, this is what I told him. If I'm Isaiah, I looked at the draft and what they did. They brought in a bunch of young secondary guys. These guys, this regime don't know me other than Robbie Leonard, right? I'm going to have to fight for my damn job if I want to stay here. So that may have put Isaiah at a whole nother level where he worked harder, pushed himself harder. And now maybe he is playing better and has earned that spot above Treydon Stukes, even if he is a second round overall pick, right? Because at the end of the day, you're going to play the guy that's playing better, regardless of where you drafted him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So is that a bad thing to have as a Raider fan? Or is it we're just so fixated on this PTSD we have with draft picks that when we see one doesn't start, we're like, we fucked it up again?
Honestly, I'm not going to go there yet. I'm straddling it. I go back and forth. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Like, I'm straddling it and I'm working through it.
Shout
But
out to thank you.
I keep saying thank you. I keep saying, that I feel like the intention is that they're creating the competitive culture, but yet cohesive so that, they can learn to work together. They're competing against each other. Yes. And I think that it's pushing them to push through to their full potentials. And that could be what is happening with Palamau. But I'm still a little annoyed we took Stukes as our second pick.
I was waiting for someone to say
way.
that because you said straddling. God damn it, G
Set
fam.
myself up.
Chona.
What about you, Chona?
No,
shit.
he's
He
like, I'm
lost
done
him.
with this draft. God damn
We
it.
lost him.
He's like, I'm out of here. No, it's not even. I understand we've had bad draft picks in the past. We have. We have a bad history, but honestly, I treat every draft the same. I go into it going, look, like these are the players that I want. These are the players that I think fit what we're looking to do and complement the existing roster that we have. Because remember, we're running free agency first and then the draft.
Mhm.
So you already have a decent nucleus. You have a decent foundation potentially, but now you're trying to fill the holes in the draft. And again, it's all about trying to continuously build starters in the early rounds and find kind of those diamonds in the rough in the later rounds. And I think we've just year over year constantly we've proven just not be good at it. And then we wonder why the hell we're picking number 1 overall, why we're picking the top 10 constantly. It's because we just don't draft well. And when you pick guys that other guys might be on your radar, right? Other guys you might have wanted, and then
say McDonald, Boston, Hurts. Say their names, bro. You say their names with your chest.
They go elsewhere,
right?
And you just sit there and go, well, it's not surprising.
Yeah,
that we're picking number 1 overall or number 6, or you know what I'm saying. So, PTSD is part of it, but at the same time, I think I just get so pissed off because now we always have to sit there and go, well, we just got to trust the process.
Yeah.
And then we go through and go, well, hey, they may not be starting today, but hey, maybe they can develop, maybe they can turn to something or give it some time. And we've been saying it for so long that we find ourselves with the number 1 overall pick. So I don't know. It's just, it's kind of just mixed emotions, to be honest with you. And I hope they get it right. I don't know.
It's PTSD. It's PTSD, Doug. PTSD.
Yeah, because I was thinking that I'm like, why are we like? So it's the end of the world because Isaiah is beating out our 2nd overall pick. As a Raider fan, I'm happy that someone we have on the roster is actually playing to that level, right? And we're not just hoping this rookie's going to come in because we need him to. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it took me a while to get there. I'm not gonna lie.
I think what's difficult though is if Isaiah Palomau does not produce, if he plays like he did last year,
then there would be a problem,
right? And then you got a rookie that can't even beat out an Isaiah Palomau that's not playing very good.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have problems, right? I think the vast majority of the fan base was like, okay, Isaiah Palomau didn't play well last year, and that's okay, but then you draft a kid that isn't going to play over him.
Yeah.
So it's like, our offensive line was bad last year. And then you go get a Trey Zune that's not going to even start as it relates to right now. He's a backup and you don't rotate the offensive line. So if he doesn't find his way into a starting position and this offensive line isn't very good, then you just drafted somebody in the 3rd round that has no impact.
And today he was playing backup center.
Yeah, like that is wild to me.
Yeah, he was playing backup center today. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's played guard, he's played tackle, he's played center. And so you're sitting there going, you picked a guy in the 3rd round that you have no clue where the hell he's going to play?
Where, Big Luck? Where is Zoom going to start? Where?
But we can also ask the question about, was the line bad last year because of the players or was it because of the coach?
Right. That's true.
So that whole defense in general. Yeah. So now these guys could come in with the regime that knows what they're doing, and maybe they just look a little better.
Right.
We won't know. We won't know until we start playing the games. I think,
and that's why I'm looking so forward to Thursday.
Yeah, looking to the games because last year's coaching staff was just horrible. It was just horrible. You had that offensive line rotating game after game after game. You had no consistency of players on there. I just felt like they didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah, they didn't.
And not to be the golden domers that me and Chona are, but we tried to tell y'all about Pete Carroll. Right? It wasn't the Trojan hating us. We had seen the downfall. He wasn't the same guy anymore.
Yeah, it wasn't. So. But no, it's just, and then we've had the year and after year after year of bad picks and it's just. So I'm just looking forward to see what. And that's why I go back to when we talked about earlier about it's a I don't want to say throwaway year, but a year where we're going to see a year where we see what we got.
Yeah,
because we were just so inconsistent last year. There was no consistency. There was no real leadership from that coaching staff last year. So it's like, okay, well, I guess this year's. We'll see what we actually do. I think we'll see more this year of what we do got and what we don't have compared to last year.
And then lastly, we'll go into the biggest concern on our team. And before we talk about that position,
Raquel's favorite.
Right. I'm going to let Raquel share her story, her experience with this player. But just this is the one I know we all worry about. We don't need to go over the running backs. We know what they are, right? It's Jetty, Washington, Lobby, special teamer, things like that. It's very clear.
Yeah,
right?
that was straightforward.
That was straightforward. But the wide receiving room, right? So you got Jalen Naylor, Trey Tucker, Jack Besh, Dante Thornton, Malik Benson, the rookie, Derek Young. That's his name, Nathan, number 81. He's the one that was connecting with Nando a lot when we were at camp. Was 81, Derek Young. Philip Dorsett, Devin Tompkins, Shredrick Jackson is still out there. We saw him a couple of times. Chase Roberts. What was the other one? EJ Williams and Brandon Johnson. Right. So those are the receivers. But, obviously, Raquel, share with them your experience. You got to meet Jack Besh and what you talked with Jack Besh about.
Yes, he was I think I have footage too, but there was a couple of minutes where I got to talk to him, and I was really excited to see him because I like the kid since we drafted him. Not that I thought we should have, but where we were at, because I really wasn't too concerned about a wide receiver this year. I was mainly focused on the O-line. But when I did see Jack, and he came over to me, I just told him, I'm really looking forward to what you can do this year. Don't give up. Keep your head up. You can do this. Yeah, I don't know. But I wanted to give him a pep talk. Like, come on, kid. You could do this.
So Raquel told me this story, right? And I'm in my head like, did you just mom this kid and tell him to get his head up? And ponte las pilas, cabrón.
Oh, yeah, fue. Ponte las pilas, güey.
I like, did Raquel just have like the mom pep talk with Jack Besh? And told him, you need to get your shit together.
Stop fucking around. Get your shit together, pretty much.
Oh, I said it in a mom way. That's not how I wanted to say it. But then he gets close to you and he has this like little baby face. And then you're like, oh, you could tell he's down. His spirits are down. Like I couldn't like kick him while he's down. So I wanted to give him a pep talk, give him some advice, but do it in a caring, nurturing, loving way. Which is not my usual get down at all, but
Oh my gosh.
That's funny.
Yes.
That is
but yeah, that's your wide receiving depth chart. You got Naylor, Tucker, Besh at the 3. And then, of course, you got the backups with Thornton, Benton, and the rest of the cast. Surprised Besh is at 3? You guys think maybe somebody else should have been there? Or you're surprised? Why are you surprised, Raquel?
I'm just surprised because I don't feel like they're even using him enough in training camp or anything. But like I said, like I don't know. They could just be showing us like whatever they want to show us in the moment. We won't know till preseason what their intentions truly are. We're not going to know. Yeah. So I am surprised to see him at least before Thornton, and that's it.
Oh yeah,
Thornton's last for
horrible.
Sure.
Yeah.
Last for sure, and then Besh before him. And other than that, I would kind of, be like, okay, let's see. But I'm surprised to see where he's at. That's why I gave him the pep talk. How bad for him.
Well, Naylor hasn't been in any of the practices, right?
He wasn't at the 2 that I went to.
Oh, was it the one you went to? Because I don't remember seeing him or anybody talking about him, to be honest.
He was there when we were there Tuesday, but we didn't realize who he was until after. And that probably was because they weren't giving a lot of plays towards him. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Friday, Michael Mayer was going off.
Say that again so Chris can hear you. Say it loud.
Michael Mayer was going off, man. Him and Cousins, man, they were connecting.
He's so underrated. He is so underrated. I love Michael Mayer.
Now, I don't know, because Jalen Naylor wasn't there. Were they compensating with it? Was he just getting more reps because Jalen Naylor wasn't there? Not sure. Now then, Fernando got basically all day Saturday, and we already talked about what that outcome looked like, and so not a whole lot of action with the receivers. But honestly, I'm not surprised with Jack Besh, to be honest with you. I mean, Chido, you know how I felt when we drafted him. We were
we're sitting right there.
In the room, but the the one thing that I was looking at was, one, is Jack Bech even out there, right? Because I haven't heard anything about him in training camp, barely heard anything about him in OTAs. So my first indication is, okay, let me just locate him. Is he running with the ones? Is he running with the twos, right? He ran with the ones both Friday and Saturday. And I'm looking at the quarterbacks, and they're not even looking his way. They're not looking his way post-snap. When the quarterback drops back to pass, the eyes instantly go away from Jack Bech. They're not even looking at him. And I think what is really concerning, and honestly, Raquel, when you talk to him and he was probably down, it's probably because he literally worked out in 150-degree weather and didn't get a single rep when it came to just a catch, not a single target, right? So he's basically just running routes in 150-degree weather. It's tough because when the quarterbacks don't even look your way, when they get that snap and their eyes don't go to you, that tells me that they just don't have trust in you. And then I tried to watch them as much as I could, because obviously you're trying to watch a lot, but I wanted to watch, see just how is he doing running wise? Is he getting separation? Is he being able to kind of detach from the defensive backs? If they're running zone, is he finding the soft spots in the zone? And the times that I saw him, there wasn't much separation at all. There wasn't really much opportunity for the quarterback to even get him the ball. But then you just keep watching the quarterback's eyes, and they're just not looking at him. And that just tells me that the quarterbacks have zero trust in him. And we'll see if that changes in preseason. We'll see if they can grow some chemistry, because right now it looks like, when you're hearing reports, Cousins has a little bit of rapport with Jalen Naylor. He's obviously targeting Brock Bowers. Him and Brock Bowers on that day one, the first day I went, Cousins was hitting Brock Bowers all day long. It was, they're clicking. But then it sounds like he's hitting Jalen Naylor. Obviously, some people have been talking about Malik Benson, but it is.
I saw Tucker get the ball a lot.
Yeah, Tucker's out there getting some touches. Yeah. But it's just crickets when it comes to Bech. And so, and I'm seeing people in the chat asking, can Bech go to tight end or maybe convert to tight end? I looked it up. Bech is only 6'1".
He's not very big.
That's small.
You're not going to be able to be a tight end in the National Football League at 6'1". Like you got to be a special talent in order to pull that off, and he's just not it. And so I don't know where he's going to fit. So I'm not surprised he's number 3. Honestly, to be dead honest with you, I think he's number 3 just by default because he's a second-round draft pick. I think there's a really good chance that someone's going to compete to possibly take his spot. If we go 12 personnel and there's 2 tight ends, I don't think Jack Bech is on the field. It might be just Jalen Naylor and Big Mike and
Trey.
Brock. It might be the personnel. So I don't know. I know that a lot of people are talking about Clint Kubiak. He likes to run the football, which he does. And Jack Bech is going to be able to, use his physicality to be a blocker out there. But at the end of the day, you also need something that can complement off of that run. And he's just, at least what I've seen, I think he just struggles even with just the route running. People kind of compared him to, he could be the Cooper Kupp of Seattle last year. Cooper Kupp is a damn good route runner. That's the difference. That's the separation.
Yeah, I'm about to say Cooper Kupp can run routes, bro. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm just struggling. Where does Jack Bech find himself on this offense? Where he's going to be effective enough.
But we have a fullback. Now you got someone saying fullback. Like, we have a fullback.
Yeah.
So
I don't really see where he's going to fit.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, and I understand his blocking. He's a great blocker. You need a receiver to block. But if he can only block, tell me as a defense, when you see him out there, your mind's like, they're running the ball because this fool's here. Because they ain't passing it to him. Right?
Coming out.
They're not.
What I saw from him, see, he did get the ball a couple of times when me and Nathan were there. Because obviously Nathan, that's his dude. He has faith in him. So he did. My thing was he never created enough separation. When he did get the ball, it was a
Never
contested. The defender was right there. So one, the throw needed to be perfect, right? So he made like 2 of those. And then the third one bounced off his hands and he dropped it. And I remember making fun of Nathan, like, your boy dropped the ball. That's it. He ain't getting no more balls. And guess what? He didn't get no more balls thrown to him that game. Yeah. The opposite to routes is Thornton. Thornton looks so horrible running routes out there, bro. Honestly.
It looks like he just
horrible.
runs out, right? It looks like
He just looks like the only thing he can do is go deep. Because even when he tries to run a route, his feet, like, he doesn't know what to do with them. It's almost like he stutter steps before he's supposed to make his move. So if you're DB, you even see him, you know it's about to come. So it's like it's so bad his route running. And then again, to 805's point, another draft pick, right? Granted, it was in the 4th round, but it's horrible when you look at it when it comes to that sense and our lack of production. I mean, imagine if we didn't have Brock or Brock Bowers goes down again, because that's what happened last year, right? We had a passing game when Brock was around, but when Brock was gone, it was like, all right, let's just stop Genty. That's the only thing they have. Yeah,
That's when you're bringing practice squad guys. That's when you're bringing in Justin Shorter.
right, yeah.
That's screwed.
That's true.
Yeah. But to me, this like, oh, he's a blocker. You don't draft a receiver that can block in the 2nd round. If you're drafting a wide receiver in the 2nd round, and remember when we drafted him, that's Jacoby Myers' replacement. Remember that talk?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Remember that? We could save $20 million. Now we don't have to pay Jacoby Myers. How many people miss Jacoby Myers now?
Now I do. Now I'm like, we should have paid him.
He went out to Jacksonville. And
I know when I was wrong. I know when I'm wrong. I'll admit I was wrong. I would have took him back. We could go back begging. So
that's our receiving core, and then we'll see, right? As far as Benson, and
if we look on the bright side, hopefully, right? If we can, and I guess maybe this is another receiver core. Like I talked about the offensive line. The offensive line has to work out. I'm sorry. Spytek has now he's had 2 free agencies, 2 drafts to correct this offensive line. You better make it work. Point blank, period. This receiver room is kind of similar because you see a Devonta Adams leave this receiver room, whether he washed up or diva, whatever you want to call it. He left.
Whoa.
But then I'm catering to the chat sometimes. But then you let Jacoby Myers walk, right? Yeah. Again, not saying Jacoby Myers was a true number 1, but he was a solid number 2. But then all you needed was a compliment.
That's the word, a complimentary wide receiver.
Yeah.
And I was never on the Justin Jefferson and bringing this true number 1 receiver because we have Brock Bowers.
Right. You don't need that.
You just need a number 1 receiver that's going to attract the number 1 corner. Right. But the defense has to know where that number 1 receiver is to take attention away from Brock Bowers. And so never did you need this like Devont or this Justin Jefferson because we have Brock Bowers. Right. But you went and got Jalen Naylor. And Jalen Naylor, to me, just I think at best he's a good number 2.
But remember, he could be that complimentary wide receiver. That's all you need him to be.
Well, no, but I'm saying a complimentary
to the number 2,
like a Jalen Naylor, right? So we had opportunity. You had opportunity in free agency. You had opportunity in the draft. You could have went receiver in round 2. You could have went receiver in round 3. But right now, we might have a 2nd rounder and 2 3rd rounders that are rotational pieces in this draft. So you got guys that aren't going to even contribute this year as it relates to this depth chart. Could change. But Traden Stukes, non-starter. Trey Zune, non-starter. Keon Crawford taking mental reps with the red jersey. Like, you have plenty of receivers still on that board. So if this receiver room doesn't work, again, that's just another massive failure on my text part, in my opinion, because you had opportunity.
Yeah.
And that's the said it doesn't work in personnel wise, because I think they are going to function based on Kubiak being able to scheme them open. And that would be players like Malik Benson, Naylor, Tucker, right? Or even Shedrick Jackson if he was able to get some burn. I think we'll see some burn out of him in the preseason because I liked what I saw in him last year. But yeah, I mean, that kid that I wanted, Boston, right? Isn't he over in Tampa, like mossing people right now?
Yeah.
He's out there like mossing grown-ass man as a rookie. Like, bro.
Ted Hurst went to
Hurst, another one?
Yeah.
Thing. But also the one
kid out of USC, what's his name?
Jacoby Lane.
Jacoby Lane. Yeah. Jacoby Lane.
The one thing that I have struggled with Trey Tucker is the fact that year one of Trey Tucker, his hands were suspect. You know, his hands were rough. Year two, it looked like he was getting better with his hands. But year two, you saw what Trey Tucker could be. Again, if his hands were better, again, he bobbled a lot his first year.
His positioning, he used his body to catch the ball a lot.
Yeah.
Can't stand
he
it.
He got better year two, but it's not coincidence that he got better given the fact that was when you had Devonta Adams and Jacoby Myers on the field at the same time and Brock Bowers. And so the thing is that you could use Trey Tucker as a true slot. You could use him in the way that I think he's intended to based on his skill set. But all these years that we let receivers go and receivers get hurt, and now he's being used as the number one and then used as the number two, and he's getting moved around all over the place.
You didn't give him.
You're not being able to actually use him where I think he's supposed to be, how he's supposed to be used.
Yeah.
So by having Jalen Naylor, by you not getting a true number one, Trey Tucker is probably going to be used as the number two, and I just don't know if he's a good number two.
Right.
And so Clint Kubiak, and again, I'll get in the chat's good side for just 1 second. I'm a massive Clint Kubiak fan. That's what I wanted. Okay.
It is what you wanted. Yeah.
The like button. But outside of I hope that Clint Kubiak can use and scheme up this receiver room in the way that it works. And maybe we didn't need to go get, a number one receiver in the second round or even the third. So we'll see how it plays out.
Not this season. I was cool with not focusing on wide receivers this year. I'm telling you, I'll say this a million times. I just wanted to focus on the O-line, maybe fill in some gaps in the defense, but I was okay not focusing on anything else but those two things. Oh, except I did want a quarterback. I did want Mendoza. But after that,
yeah. And then again,
is for the future.
In all fairness, they inherited a team that had a lot of holes. So the expectation to fill it all in 1 year was wild.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not shocked about our lack of depth at linebacker, right? Because we did a lot to fill the depth in the secondary. At least we finally took care of the secondary. And at the same time, you added help to Max. Actually, you set Max away. You added the help, and then Max came back. So it was like, hey, win-win, right? At that point. Yeah. At that point, it was win-win. And then you got the development of people like Tonka, people like JJ, people like Jonah, Adam Butler, the anchor, the veteran, Shout out to my boy 805, So in that sense, it makes you feel better as far as them making the team better on the defense.
And I hear, and I'm 100% with you, right? We went into this year, this free agency, this draft with a lot of holes, right?
A lot.
We had 11 draft picks last year. 11. How do you have 11 draft picks and you literally come into this season with a bunch of holes? It's because
there's a Pete Carroll.
I could fill some of those holes.
And his sons.
So maybe it was Pete Carroll again. I don't know.
Blame Gino. We're done blaming Gino.
Oh, it was Gino's fault too. That was just horrible.
Yeah.
PTSD.
But I mean, that's
where the PTSD comes from. Yes.
As the depth charts came out today, we're going into our preseason game on Thursday. I'm happier with the O-line this year than I was last year. Happier with the D-line, the secondary. Linebackers are still question mark other than the main two. Honestly, I don't even want those two to play. I don't want them to get hurt. Like, if I see Quay and Dean for one series, I'm good. Like, let them sit, right?
Yeah.
Same with Kirko. I want to see Kirko take 3 snaps at the most. Sit your ass down. Genty. See, and here's my thing, and I wanted to ask you, Coach 805. It's hard for me to gauge the run game in training camp when you can't tackle these guys.
Yeah.
So how can I really know if Genty looks better, if Washington looks like a starter, right? Or if Hemby's going to surprise people? Like, how do I really know that without seeing them in a game with full contact?
I mean, are you saying without seeing them in preseason?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't. Like, you have to go see them in preseason. And you know, it's all about especially with young players. And again, this was the biggest concern that I had with Genty coming from the Mountain West and playing non-NFL caliber talent.
Mind you, I'm a Genty fan now, just so you know.
As a young rookie, especially running back, how do you process the speed of the NFL? That's the biggest thing. Mm-hmm. You know, you have literally damn near, 15 to 18 bodies flying around in front of you. How do you process the speed of the NFL?
Yeah.
And you're only going to be able to really truly understand that in real game-like situation, because I said it early on, and Leo, you just kind of said it, is in training camp, you're going to basically a thud. You're going to get wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and they'll try to stop you. But if you actually have an opening and you get to the secondary isn't going to tackle you. They're going to basically wrap you up, thud to you, and just try to punch the ball out. And so you're not going to get a really good indication as to just how that defense flies.
Right.
So I definitely want to see these running backs get some good burn. I don't know if Genty gets a lot, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Just because he is the bona fide starter. Like, he is the guy. So I could see us possibly rotating quite a bit of running backs. And I only say that because we went out and we worked out a ton of running backs.
Yeah, there's still some on there that I don't know who they are.
Yeah. So I don't know if they're trying to figure out who that third guy is. Maybe Hemby just isn't the guy. So I could see a lot of running backs getting some burn.
You got Lobby, Hemby, and then Dare Ogunbowale.
Which I actually like that kid. Not gonna lie. I think he could maybe take Lobby's spot.
Yeah.
I'm just ready for preseason. I'm ready for preseason. I just feel like there's so many questions and so many whys. And
What's up, Anthony?
I want to get to preseason. I want to get the season started. I want to start seeing how things are going to work out. I want to see what their intentions are. I want to see what their strategies are. I want to see, I don't really want to see any of our starters in preseason at all.
What about the O-line?
At all.
Especially
on the seeing the O-line?
No, O-line I want to see.
Yeah. I would say the O-line, but I'm talking about as far as, the prominent ones, like the QBs, wide receivers. But the O-line, yes, I do want to see them here and there. But other than that, I really don't want to see Kirk Cousins at all in preseason. I want to give that time to Mendoza and to see how he works with that O-line.
Right.
And that receiving core.
Even the open practice 805, because remember last year a kid got hurt at the open scrimmage.
Yeah, when they had the inter squad.
Yeah, when they had the inter squad. Yeah. Because they were going full out on run plays, remember? They were actually hitting each other.
Yeah.
And then when that one kid got hurt. Yeah.
And then when he got hurt, they literally went to flag football. Literally making any contact at that point.
Once that kid got hurt, they literally
stopped. It looked like the old school Pro Bowl.
Yeah. Like for real. Real.
It did. Like, they just stopped making contact. Yeah. Which I understand. I mean, basically, I forget. It was Lonnie Johnson, right?
Lonnie Johnson. Yeah.
I definitely want to see the O-line because
what's up, brother?
Be able to kind of gain that chemistry. I want to see Kirk Cousins, and it's only because I've said this for a long time. One of the hardest things for quarterbacks to kind of get chemistry with is the timing in against real defense with your receiver. And so you want to kind of get a little bit of that chemistry prior to week one, because these guys are all new. I know that I think Kirk Cousins threw to Jalen Naylor a little bit for like one season, but again, Jalen Naylor was like the fourth option.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see Kurt just maybe a series or two in one or two of the games. And And it's also because I want to see Kirk Cousins' arm, because I'm telling you right now.
Oh, you didn't get to see it. Oh, that's what it was. Okay,
Well, he saw it on Friday. He saw it on Friday.
I saw it on Friday, but the thing is that you're not there's live bullets ain't coming at you, so he's playing comfortable. He's a veteran. He knows that no one's going to hit him, maybe except for Max, but he knows ain't nobody going to hit him, so he's still uncomfortable.
Do you remember that movie with Jamie Foxx, the football movie, LL Cool J and Lawrence Taylor?
Yeah.
What's the name of it? Any Given Sunday. Okay. Remember when Cap went down and he saw like ghosts?
Yeah.
So when you see Cousins move, that's what he reminds me of. He knows the next hit coming might be the last one.
Cousins has never had a strong arm, and the one thing that I see in his throw right now, just kind of as he's aged, is if you watch his throwing motion, when your shoulder comes well before your hand, you're just getting too much into it. And when you watch him throw, even though he's completing passes to Brock Bowers and they're going for touchdowns and stuff like that, the ball's not just zipping in there. It's his arm. He's got an old arm. And so
he throws to spots, not to players.
Yeah. I just want to see just kind of how his arm looks when he's throwing off his back foot, when he's just slightly out of position, if he's off balance just slightly, how much does that arm strength just completely diminish? Because if you go back and watch him against the Falcons, you saw his arm diminish. Now, I don't know how much that injury kind of played him game with him a little bit and really try to step into the throw. I don't know. So just me personally, I'd want to see just what his arm looks like against live bullets, because again, going to be 38 years old. You just move him off his spot slightly and he's off balance trying to make a throw 30 yards downfield. Yeah, he can come out a duck, and then now these safeties are jumping it all day long.
That's what happened to us when we were doing that throwing thing, 805. People don't know how windy it was that day. That's why our balls were going away.
Overcast.
Yeah, like come on now.
Shadows.
Shadows.
That's why it looked like a duck.
Right. We're over 30, so that had to play into part. Like, come on now.
But then also, when it comes to aging quarterbacks, the one thing that I've noticed as years go on is when you lose that arm strength in real time, when the ball snapped, you see that out route, and 5 years ago you could have hit that out route, and that ball just don't get there as quick as you thought, and that corner jumps it. Sometimes older quarterbacks just can't process the fact that they can't get the ball there quick enough, and they've gotten into such a rhythm and a habit, because mechanics are real. You get into a mechanic, you get into a rhythm, and when you just can't get that ball there like you used to, it's really hard to get out of that habit. And so I just want to see him a little bit, and doesn't need to be a lot, because I'm with you. I mean, Fernando, you better get a whole half every single game.
That's where I'm at. I want to see him get a
number one overall pick.
Aiden, I want 3 quarters. 3 quarters. Yeah. I don't want to see Aiden at all.
You're gonna see Aiden. You won't see much.
No,
I know that. Like, I know that. I said I don't want to. Yeah. I don't want to.
Why don't you want to see
I'm going to see him. Because he's just done. I want to give the time that we need. Okay, so to what 805 said, okay, we're going to put Kirk Cousins in and kind of, get him used to our O-line. Cool. But after that, I say 3 quarters with Mendoza. I don't want to see AOC. I like the
AOC hate is real.
Right.
It's not hate. It's not hate. It's being realistic. So why are we wasting training time for Mendoza on AOC, who's never going to be a starter on our team?
Careful. Now.
Like, what for?
The AOC tards are going to come for you. Yeah.
I would be in my opinion, I think the only way that we see a substantial amount of Aiden O'Connell is if they try to showcase him for potential trade opportunity.
Deadline. Yeah.
If a starting quarterback goes down at the trade deadline and you're like 6-2, like you and Aiden O'Connell looks good in preseason, if you're able to just showcase him a little bit, you might have, instead of losing him at the end of the year and not getting anything for him, you might get a 6-rounder.
Right.
So it's like, I think that's the only way you might see Aiden O'Connell get some decent playing time is if this regime thinks, hey, maybe he can look good against, garbage time, third stringers, undrafted free agents, and we can bait somebody into a trade at the trade deadline.
They said AOC equals ass on couch.
Not only that, but can the man stay healthy? Because every time he gets that chance, he gets hurt. Last year in Arizona, what happened last year in Arizona, Chona? He ended up getting hurt. Cat Miller played the rest of the damn game.
Yeah.
The whole damn game, basically.
You were like, what happened to him? He was
gone. He was gone. He was gone. So, yeah.
So I want to make something clear about AOC, though. I'm going to make something clear right now, and I've been saying it over to people who have had private conversations with me. I have really good in-depth conversations with people. But the one thing I will say about AOC is I know he didn't get a fair shake. I understand that. He had to deal with Garoppolo, Minshew, fucking Geno Smith. No, he did not. But you know what? That's not my problem this year. Like, I'm not going to, I did like him, and I did think that he didn't have a fair shake. He didn't.
What does that mean? He had to deal with that.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm asking. What does that mean?
No, he
had to compete against them. So if they were shitty and he couldn't beat them, what does that say about him?
They didn't put him in because it was a coaching decision. I think honestly, when our seasons were becoming shitty, we should have sat down all these veteran quarterbacks and let AOC play. We should have did that when he had Garoppolo. When we had Garoppolo,
do you not remember they did when Jimmy was here and he got hurt when he went in?
Yeah, but I mean, we should have kept going. We should have just let him develop. Our season was
he kept getting hurt. He kept getting hurt.
Okay, then the next season we should have tried it again, and if not, done. Now we're 3 seasons in, and we should just let him go. He got hurt
at Arizona. They tried to see what they had.
I understand that. So that's fine. But even with Geno Smith, we should have just took him out, left him in, but we left Geno in almost the whole season until the very end. We should have let him see and let this be his final season, that we give him a chance to develop and to bring it. It didn't happen. So now let's let him go and try to be something on another team now. We're just holding him back at this point.
If Geno almost got killed.
Do you think that he has a chance of being a starter? Do you think that he has a chance being the starter of the Raiders?
I think he was given the chance. He never made the most of it.
Okay, that's fine. But do you think he is today?
Oh, no, I never thought he was. Yeah.
Okay. So
but
that's
this notion that he never got a fair chance to me is crazy.
I don't think he got a fair chance.
Yeah.
I really don't.
First and foremost,
he didn't have a
shout to Fu Chris in chat.
I saw him.
Sit next to him all day on Saturday. Yeah. No, actually, I mean, I agree with Raquel. To be down.
Yeah.
No, he got hurt, right? And that's the situation, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to what quarterbacks need, every quarterback, I could care less if you're, Patrick Mahomes, I can care less if you're Josh Allen, if you're Lamar Jackson. There's things that a quarterback needs in order to have a chance at success, right? It's consistency, which NFL never had. It was constantly fired head coaches in the middle of a season.
Oh yeah.
And now you're basically getting a brand new offensive coordinator. You're getting what was his name? The kid that was never an offensive coordinator before with Antonio Pierce, and it was just Aiden O'Connell. Here's your play caller. It's never called play.
The one that took over. Oh my God, I know who you're talking about.
He was the OC or like quarterback coach he went to the Titans last year. So I don't know. But
the one that was like McDaniel's his protege, and then he finished the year with him.
Something like that, yeah. But he's never called plays before, and all of a sudden now here, Aiden O'Connell. Now you got a no-name play caller that's never done this before, and then you get basically a bunch of practice squad receivers because everybody ended up getting hurt. And so when you have a shit run game, practice squad receivers, a shit offensive line, and shitty offensive play callers that constantly are a revolving door. Yeah, he got hurt, so he did himself no favors.
Yeah.
But he also literally got zero consistency. If we want to talk about Mendoza and saying don't start him because we have a bad O-line and we don't have good receivers and we need to figure things out, I just don't think Aiden O'Connell ever got at least what I think a quarterback needs to find success. but it's also on him because he got hurt. Like, you can't predict injuries, but you got hurt, and sometimes that's how just careers happen, and it sucks. So if he goes on, maybe he can be a career backup.
Mhm.
This is the one thing
Some
the
players-
kid will
some
be
players-
known for,
some-
though. He will
some
be
players-
known as the Chief Killer.
Oh, because he beat the Chiefs. That one.
How many times has he beat the Chiefs?
He didn't just like, obviously, yes, he was on the team that beat the Chiefs. Maybe
Right.
he was on the team. But then the game that he threw for, what was it, like 340 yards against
And
the
we
Chiefs?
lost. That was because of
We lost
Carlson.
snap.
Yeah, that one we lost because of Carlson and the snap. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
look, at the end of the day, I think Aiden
Just
McConnell,
throw him in there against the Chiefs. We'll be all right.
he deserves, in all honesty, I think he just deserves a fresh start. Just go
Yeah.
somewhere else at some point, get a fresh start, and then
Was it
We'll
one of the
see.
Lombardis? Was it one of the Lombardis? Maybe.
know.
Yeah.
no, it was
No, it was
Should've
McDaniels' protege. I know you're talking about. Yeah.
no, yeah. So Mick Lombardi was the quarterback coach, but he wasn't the OC. He
Yeah,
wasn't-
no.
it was, I'm picturing, but I'm blanking on
Yeah,
it.
it was McDaniels' protege. He stayed, and then he got let go when they brought in the other guy from Chicago, right? And then he got fired, and then the Turners took over. Remember?
Yeah.
The Turners took over, and then that was, yeah.
It's been a shit show.
It has been a shit show.
It's been a shit show with
Yeah.
those coaches.
Yeah, but I will agree with you, Raquel, that year when they chose Minshew over AOC, I think that was stupid. AP should have stuck with his shit and not let them boss him around, and he should have
Yeah.
started.
That's exactly what
O'Connell.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that part
exactly
was,
what
yeah.
happened.
Mhm, yeah.
And I think
Even though
that
Minshew
was the
beat
year.
Baltimore, but yeah, yeah. Because I remember
I
that
don't
was the
think
year
I
he beat
even remember
Baltimore.
Minshew making a pass one time. He just did little side dunks. And I was
Well, that
hella annoyed
Baltimore
that year,
game was
especially.
his big game, right? The one where they beat
Yeah.
the Ravens with Tay. Yeah.
Oh, hard.
Hardy. Bo Hardigree. That's
Bo
his
Hardigree.
name. Bo Hardigree.
That was his OC for like, what was it, like 8
Yeah.
games or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Bo Hardigree.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think at the very least, maybe you try to play him just to get some trade bait. If you can make him look good against some undrafted free agents,
True.
Or he can make himself look bad.
or he could. You're absolutely right.
And then there it goes that. So
Well,
that's the gamble. That's the gamble. Because I was saying that before, like, yeah, he should, create some value, but he might not. So
Yeah.
to me, I'm just gonna go with I'd rather just see Mendoza play and develop and
Oh,
get
yeah.
some
What the-
real time experience. To be honest,
Yeah. Well, once we draft the Mendoza, that train is gone. Yeah.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
very excited to watch Mendoza against Arizona. That's just
Yeah.
to say the least.
Excited?
Very excited. I will be going to the game. We're going to be watching him in person. Go to open practice tomorrow. Go to the game on Thursday. It's going to be fun. It's going to be
Should be
I
good.
used to take my kids to one game. I took my wife and kids to the game last year.
You taking them to the Niner game this year?
No, I'm taking my my dad and my brothers because they're all 49er fans. So
okay.
oh,
yeah, my entire basically my mom and my dad, their entire family, they're all 49er fans, except for my one brother. He is a Ravens fan, but basically it's all 49er fans. But they're going to come out. They're going to come with me to the 49er game. But I typically would bring my wife and girls to one preseason game because I'm like, look, it's a preseason game. If they're getting bored halfway through the fourth quarter and want to leave, cool. I'll come home and I'll rewatch the game because I'll have it recorded.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm gonna have my eyes on Mendoza the entire goddamn time. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, shout out to SoCal for pointing this out. This is how bad shit was last year. Even Bo Hardigree did more than fucking Chip Kelly.
I'm telling you, the last couple of years, it's been
That's
horrible.
crazy.
I don't. And like, look, I don't want to get in this like argument or conversation, but it's like with Chip Kelly, it sucks because I honestly believe, like, it's not saying that Chip Kelly was a great play caller or what have you, but Brendan Carroll was so bad that offense. I don't know what offensive coordinator could have done well with literally that offensive line coaching. Like that's where it all starts. Everything starts with snap in the offensive line. And when that was just so horrible, I have no clue how any offensive coordinator can function when that O-line was that bad. Because you just can't call plays. I mean, I again, out of the 23 years I coached, I was a defense coordinator for 16 of them. And so the rest of the years, I was an offensive coordinator. If your O-line is trash and you don't really understand where the pressure is coming from and you don't know which O-line is going to fail next, I don't even know how you call plays. Like it's just it's tough. So I don't even know if it was a little bit of like sabotage, because again, if you remember, Chip Kelly it was his son, but Tom Brady, it was reported that Tom Brady wanted Chip Kelly.
Chip Kelly.
So
not Carroll.
Not like that and say, shit, we're going to kind of sabotage this thing and get Chip Kelly kicked out. And now my son, that was the offensive coordinator at Washington the year prior, the University of Washington, now I'm going to promote him to OC. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just me throwing bullshit on the wall. So.
I had some similar thoughts. I have conspiracy theories about last season, the season before that. I always talk about those things on the back end. And that's why I think this year for me feels a little more peaceful, because I don't feel like that's so much the case. I really think that they truly picked, a regime to really strategize, and they may not do the best at this time, but I really truly feel that each person is in control of their position.
Yeah.
And it's nobody's son. Because I don't know how the hell he didn't get fired. Anybody else would have got fired.
I think this year there was a little more cohesiveness with all that compared to before. Like last year it was like Carroll came in, and then it was Spytek, and then it was Chip, and then it was this, and then it was that. You know what I mean? It was like it just didn't make sense. It was like grabbing from here, grabbing from there.
None of it.
It was like it just felt weird from the beginning.
It did. It was bad. It was bad.
Yep.
It was bad. Chris Fu.
Chris, I see that. Don't put that out there. You just jinxed it. If Button-Up makes this goddamn team again, I'm going to be pissed. When he made the 53-man roster last year, I was going to throw something. I told Chris this year, I don't know if I can go live today. It makes no sense. Will Putnam was so bad in preseason last year, and then he made the 53.
But 805, something though, no matter how horrific the O-line was, been the issue for the last 3 years. So it even goes beyond Brendan Carroll.
It does.
It does. But last year just looked they look lost.
Worse.
They just look so lost.
So last year was the worst O-line, but Genty was still able to make something out of it. 1,300 all-purpose yards. The year before,
I was surprised.
Right? The year before, who was our running back? Was that the year of the Zeus?
Zeus is the guy who can't run, can't cut, or anything like that.
Right? And at that point, with that O-line, and we're saying last year's was worse, that running game couldn't get nothing done.
No, the running backs weren't all that great.
Go back and find all the running backs, Zeus and what was it, Matson and all those guys.
Yeah,
Alexander
Madison. There you go. Yeah.
Abdullah, I got some burn because of injuries.
Yeah.
But if you take all those rushing yards, we basically had this like the yards per carry got worse with Genty. We were literally the worst rushing team last year.
Yeah, we were 32. There was a number that came out earlier, and I didn't realize this number, how bad we were. But the average team in the NFL was like 100 yards per game, right? The top team was 130 yards per game.
Yeah,
the Super Bowl champion was 120, right? They were there. We were the last. Guess how many yards per game we averaged last season?
Like
we were last.
85.
84?
What do you say?
Was it 64?
You said 64? Damn. What about you, Raquel?
We were last in whatever.
So how many yards per game?
How many yards
we average?
We average?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
God, I don't want to sound like a shithead.
He
Probably
said,
around
no,
60.
805 said 64. That's fucking low.
Oh, 60.
You said 60.
Oh, then I was
That's it.
low.
I was at 85.
It was 77 yards per game. The next worst team, Arizona, the ones that just drafted the Cardinals, they were 93. So we weren't just bad.
Yeah.
We're the worst.
We were almost 20 yards fucking less than the next worst team.
And that's the thing when you look at it, it's like, well, it's all-purpose
Yeah.
yards.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
he had to go out and catch.
Genty had all-purpose yards.
Yeah, all-purpose yards. So you got to go out and catch some of those.
Because it was
You know what I mean?
800, 900, almost 900 rushing. So he had like almost 500 passing.
Yeah.
I think he had like 950 something, 940.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, 2 games he only went over 100 yards. The Bears game and the Houston game.
The fucking
Yeah.
Houston game, the one fucking game.
Yeah.
Oh, the one game we go to, and I was like, he's not gonna do that game.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, the offensive line was not good, but Genty didn't help himself at all either.
Yeah.
I mean,
and he did admit that 805. I don't know if you saw his interview. I was gonna send it to you.
He was very transparent. He was very
He-
transparent about his flaws and mistakes that he made. He
There's
never
things he needs to work on. He knows he needs to.
and he never played the blame game. That's what I like about him. He never pointed fingers. He always took accountability for what he didn't do right.
I mean, at the end of the day, and that's where it is difficult because you pick somebody number 6 overall, that has to account for something, right? It's like when we talk about the inefficiencies of this team, of this offense, and we want to sit there and go, yeah, but Clint Kubiak is going to help with some of that. We may not have a good receiver room when it comes to just the names.
The
and
Kim scheme is going to help. Yeah.
Kubiak is going to help that because he is considered one of the best offensive coordinators in the National Football League, right? Mm-hmm. Same thing with the number 6 overall pick. You would assume that number 6 is going to at least compensate for that somehow, right?
Yeah.
But Genty is going to be able to create his own success like Bijan does. Bijan, when he was a rookie, didn't have the greatest offensive line either, but he created his own success.
But didn't he, though? Because even with that O-line that he had, 1,300 all-purpose yards, 10 touchdowns is not a bad season for a rookie.
For Genty?
Yeah.
But it's not bad, but at the same time, like, it's still dead last.
As a team, I get that. As a team.
Genty,
but he still had numbers. His ranking wasn't dead last. He wasn't the dead last running back in the NFL.
No.
Yeah.
But
you hear what I'm saying?
But then you have to take a look at how many carries did he have. He had the 11th most carries.
236.
Yeah, he had the 11th most carries when you're trying to compare it to guys that share in the backfield. Mm-hmm. So these guys might have had 60% or 40% less carries, but they're looking like the starting running back. But they're in a running back by rotation backfield, right? So where Genty was our featured back, these other guys that we maybe are comparing to, they maybe had again like 30% less carries, and so Genty may not have had like the least amount of carries, but at the same time he had the bulk. Well, he was in one of the rare featured running backs backfield. So he got the bulk of the carries.
I just think it's unfair.
And it's hard.
He was the reason we had the worst rushing.
I'm not saying he's the whole reason.
Yeah,
not at all. But there are plenty of examples that I've showcased throughout the entire season where he had multiple opportunities to make very, very clear cuts into open space. Yeah. But then what does he do? He cuts back into the defense. Yeah. He cuts back into he cuts back into basically the mess. Yeah. And that's also where there's that stat of so many yards after contact
and all that. Yeah.
Well, guess what? Part of that problem or part of the reason why he has that statistic is because he runs into contact. Yeah. Where all the other running backs, they run away from it. Yeah. All the other running backs run in space. Where Genty literally runs into contact. He finds contact.
And he can't break through. He cannot break through. He just gets pushed around.
He's 5'8", 207 pounds.
Hey, shout out to the little homies. You represent Genty.
Like, look, again, I'm not saying the O-line helped them any, but there were plenty of opportunities to where Genty, instead of having 950 plus yards, like he could have
1,000.
100
Yeah,
yards.
tomorrow.
But,
So if he did
He-
break
he-
1,000,
he
with
was
the
also hit
O-line
behind
we
the line a
have,
lot too, though.
yeah. But a lot of that too was his fault too, though. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's a little bit of. I mean, when you hike the ball and the defense is in your face,
Yeah, that too. Yeah, little
yeah,
homies.
man,
I said it, Jack.
it throws it off too. It's a combination of all of it. It's the line, it's him.
Mhm.
You know,
But
it's a little.
and he is hesitant.
But-
like you get hit
but-
so much, you can be very hesitant when you
Yeah.
get the ball. So that does play a role.
But Leo was about to make a good point, and I knew where he was going with it. So what were you gonna say, Leo?
What?
Did you forget already?
That I like Genty now? Leave me alone.
You were about to say if he did what he did with the O line that we had, imagine what he could do if our
Yeah.
O line is solidified.
Yeah.
That's the point you were gonna make,
That's
and
the-
that's what I
that-
want to see with
Yeah.
any of our players. That's what I
Yeah.
want to see with anybody.
Yeah.
If we
That-
solidify that O line, what are we gonna uncover with the people that we couldn't, with the players we couldn't see?
The
know?
good thing I like about having friends that were coaches that played is I asked them. So I asked Rundown. I don't know if y'all know. Rundown was a really good running back over here in the Empire.
Mhm.
Like he was one of the dudes out here. So I asked him, like, when you don't believe in your O line, what does that do to you as a running back? Right? Like you go to what you know. And I asked him, like, is that happening? And he goes, that can happen. Like if you don't believe these dudes can block for you, you're saying fuck that plan. Even though in your mind you should be hitting it. Right. But you don't, because in your mind that hole's not going to be there. So I got to go make my own. And that's where Genty goes to look for the contact. I'm going to run over these guys. I'm going to go through them. Well, when we look at the film, 805, if this motherfucker looked to the right, the hole was right there.
Yeah.
Like it was right there. Clear as day. Clear as day. But when you get hit as often as you do in the backfield, I think that affects you. Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
And again, what is difficult though, and I agree. If our offensive line is better, then Genty is going to be better without question.
Yeah.
I think he's going to produce more yards, so on and so forth. The tough part is the fact that then you could have drafted a running back in the 4th round to do something.
And that's the other thing. I mean, we're gonna do the same thing with the quarterback, right? Depending on what Fernando does, we could have got Beck later on, right? We could have, yeah.
And instead of getting Genty in the first round, in the first round, number 6 overall, you could have went offensive line and shored up this
Right.
offensive line and went and got Woody Marks that actually did well, in Houston, those type of things, So it's just plus as a coach, what's really difficult is, and this is this is going to be maybe my concern, depending on how Kubiak runs his offense. I don't know how he's going to do it. But this is also one of my biggest concerns with picking a running back, and I think this is maybe what might happen with Arizona, maybe. But they have a pretty good running back. Like Love's going to get carries. Tyler Algier is probably going to get carries. Connor's going to get carries. Like there might be a little bit of rotation. But the problem was last year we didn't really have a rotation whatsoever.
No, at all.
So
It was Genty, and every now and then we saw Mofert.
and then Brock got hurt.
And
Right?
Brock got hurt.
And we traded away Jacoby Myers. It's like then all of a sudden, because we drafted Genty number 6 overall,
Uh-huh.
it's already hard to be a good offense in the NFL. It's already hard to scheme against defenses, right? When you draft a running back at number 6 overall, that running back is going to line up in the same exact position 99.9% of the time. Rarely you're going to motion him out of the backfield. So that defense now knows you're going to get that guy 30 plus carries a game. Why? Because you get your worth out of a number 6 overall pick. So now that defense knows I got to stop that guy.
It was when Brock went down, it was a lot harder. Yeah.
Because you're not going to waste. If Genty just gets 12 touches in a game.
Oh, that's horrible. Remember that was the argument last year during our shows, the amount of touches he got per game.
Okay.
And so if he only gets 12 touches a game, the entire narrative is going to be, oh, well, the Raiders aren't using him right. The Raiders they got to get him involved. And so what does the defense coordinator know? Oh, shit, they're going to get Genty involved damn near 50% of the 60 plays that you get in a game. And so now take that to this year. You're going to have not just Genty, but you're also going to have Mike Washington Jr. in the backfield. And if they have like a 60-40 split and you want to get Genty to touch the ball 20, 25 times, if he's only in the game 60% of the time, but you're going to get him 20, 25 touches.
Mm-hmm.
That means that defense knows when Genty gets in the game, there's probably an 80% chance he's getting that football.
Yeah.
And they're going to target his ass all day, every day. And so you're just giving the defense a tell. You're just now basically kind of giving the defense just kind of an indication of what you're about to do. And that's a little bit of my fear with, again, prioritizing and drafting somebody so high, because the narrative is you got to get your worth. Now, is Clint Kubiak going to do that? I don't know. Clint Kubiak could be like, screw it. I don't care if Genty gets 12 carries as long as I win.
Oh shoot! What up, AR? What's up, brother?
He could do that.
Apakasi.
That was one of my
What
issues
up, what up?
drafting Genty. One of my issues drafting Genty last year.
One of your issues. One of your issues. Besides the hate for the short kings, it's all good.
Or it was just Gaethje the Brick getting on stage and yelling at him.
Oh my God! Don't get me started on him, bro. Oh my Lord.
That was fun. That was good times, though. That was good.
Right. The other day, I was telling somebody about JT how he cussed me out one day on his show because I told him he was crazy for agreeing with Pete Carroll that we were getting better last year. And then now all of a sudden he's on these nits about how the Carrolls ruined the Raiders. I'm like, last year you were kissing his ass off stage, bro. Get the fuck out of here. I tried to tell you. You told me to get off your show. Fuck you.
Oh shit.
Oh man,
we got a game in a couple of days. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. But what? Okay, Raquel. Where do you see our run game being ranked this year? Last year we were 32. So where do you see our run game, Genty and Washington, being ranked this year?
We better at least be like 20.
At least 20? That's not even that much.
At least 20.
Yeah, least expectations than I do. All right.
I would say 20 at this point. Like, I mean, I don't know. You know, it's hard to gauge these things right now until we actually see real.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
What
So
the
for
line
me,
looks
it's kind of like I don't want to always be like, oh, you know, we're gonna do great and we're gonna
number
be the best.
one. We're going from 32 to number one. Like, no.
Yeah, I don't ever. I want to just wait to see what happens. You know,
It's just
I wanna
opening
see
from
what happens.
32 to 30.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll take 20. I will take 20.
I think 20 would
You know,
put
at
us in
this
at
point.
least 100 yards per game.
Yeah, I think so.
Uh-huh.
Give me 100 yards per game. I'll be okay with that.
But then you get people like 805 say that's not enough because we took him number 6 overall. You better be top 10, damn it.
He's gonna be top 10. He's gonna be top
You better
10.
be top 10, damn it. Right?
I mean, I got a little bit of a bold take. I said this a while ago. I think that there's going to be a little bit of a conversation towards the tail end of the season just on who should get the ball in certain situations. I think Mike Washington Jr. is going to if you give him a crease, he could be gone. Genty doesn't have the speed. I know he lost weight to try to.
I don't know, man. You guys give that guy too much credit.
No, but it's also saying that honestly, I don't. Unless Genty improves his vision, he's not good in open space, and so I don't see Genty being the guy that consistently can just rip off a 40, 50 yarder. And so he's going to ground and pound you out. But then if Mike Washington, and I mean Leo, you know just as much as I do just how emotional the fan base can be.
Yeah.
And Mike Washington rips off a 60-yarder, there's going to be a part of this fan base that's going to be like, I want to see more like Mike Washington. They're going to want to see more of him.
Yeah.
And the thing is that if Genty grounds and pounds you out for like he ends with 19 carries and 71 yards. Mike Washington can have 12 carries and rip off a 140-yarder. Next thing you know, they have very similar yards.
I don't know. I think you guys give that guy too much. There's a reason he was taken in the 4th.
I mean, but a lot of running backs are just taken late now. Like it's not because they're not productive.
Well, 2 of Notre Dame's got taken in the 1st round.
Oh, they did. We'll just see how it works.
Love and Price, right?
I think Price will start off better than Love. To be honest,
I honestly think Price is going to have a big year, and the fact that he got taken later in the 1st is going to be like, see, you don't need to take one top 5, top 10. Yeah,
but I'm okay with taking a running back if you are like picking 25 or later. in the first round, if that's the final piece you need. Then I can understand it if it's the final piece.
I get that.
Seattle, they let Kenneth Walker go because they're not going to pay him a big price tag, which again, it just kind of goes to show how teams value running backs is they let the Super Bowl MVP walk and they decided to draft his replacement.
Yeah.
And so they went ahead and let him go, but then you get the Chiefs that pick him up. But the Chiefs were in a very just strange situation because they were only drafting fairly highs because they had a shit ton of injuries. And so if they can get some of their pieces back healthy, and they picked up a damn good receiver, in my opinion, they just need a running back to kind of solidify that thing. And so I think that's why they went after him. But I see G-Fam's comment. I saw Genty's run. It was down the right side. And he was basically untouched after about 15 yards. But like I was saying before, at that point, after 15 yards, it's not like he's outrunning anybody. The DBs aren't going to tackle you in training camp. So it was a long run up the right sideline, and it was really good blocking. But after that, DBs aren't hitting you. They're just going to try to get their hand there and strip the
There was one, I don't know if you guys heard this, and it was Washington. Washington broke a long run, and he was running. And I think it was Stooks. Stooks kept chasing him, and he chased after him. He didn't hit him, but he popped out the ball from behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when you practice.
Yeah. So,
Since you can't tackle him or hit him, you try to pop the ball out.
Yeah. That's when you practice just basically trying to punch out that ball. That's why, what's his name? The linebacker over there with the 49ers?
Warner.
Yeah, Fred Warner.
Fred Warner. Yeah.
He broke the ribs of one of the running backs because he was just trying to punch the ball out in practice. And broke his ribs.
Like it broke his ribs.
Yeah, you don't go to a tackle. You basically just try to punch the ball out once the running back gets past the second level. So,
I don't know. I'm not high on Washington. Are you, Raquel or Chona? Are you guys high on Washington?
I just got to see it. I got to see him.
I have to see it. Like, these are all hard questions because for me, it's kind of like, I don't know. Like, we need to get the season started so that we can really get a real feel in real-time games, like where we're at with all of these people. We don't know. We can go rounds and rounds, but
I got to see how they fit.
Wow.
How they fit, their styles.
Well, I think I get it for the Genty hate in that he's bigger, he's faster, so he is not what Genty is and what you don't like about it. You don't like the fact that Genty's small. You don't like the fact that Genty don't have breakaway speed, right? But supposedly Washington is that prototypical big running back.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
We've been catfished by those, right? How many people were enamored by Zeus and his physicality?
He just couldn't run.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know.
It's not that I'm
No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general. Yeah.
It's just I know that he's got that one cut and gone.
Yeah.
And if the O-line does improve, like we hope it does, then he might have those one or two opportunities a game that all of a sudden it's just down the sideline.
He's gonna be one of those. He's gonna be one of those running backs that averages, 10 yards per carry, and it's because he only carries twice.
He had 4 carries.
Yeah, he has 4 carries for 100 yards.
40 yards. Yeah. So I do remember the Texas game though. So if you didn't want to see film on him, Raquel, the Texas game, Indiana and Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
That dude, he ran over a lot of those Texas defenders. I do remember that Texas game. And like, who the fuck is this Washington kid? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the part about Washington is when he's not very good in open space either.
Yeah.
But if he can get an angle on you to the sideline, that's what
he's gonna outrun you. That's what it is.
But if he's got to make a couple moves in the secondary, you can see he's just not very good at it. Just kind of navigating through that space. But again, like if he's one-on-one and he's got an angle to the sideline, there's a good chance he's going to beat that safety.
He's gonna run you, outrun you.
Yeah, and I get that, and I love the complimentary backman. I'm not saying he's gonna think, but I think what bothers me is when people say, "Oh, he's gonna take Genty's job."
No, I mean they may just be
No, I don't think it's-
complementary to each other. It might work out,
I just think that there could be some rumblings on who they'd like to see.
Because
the fan base we're emotional. If he rips off a bunch of long runs,
Oh yeah.
and Gentry's just kind of ground and pounding a little bit, people are going to want to see him.
Yeah. It'll be something new, something good. Some people are going to be like, it's different. He's doing good.
All right, one last question before we bounce. Thursday, Raquel, we'll start with you. Thursday, you see Mendoza out there for 2 quarters. He makes Carson Beck look like
she wants to see him for 3.
Right? Like Mendoza's out there just like throwing it, slinging it,
Laying
hitting Big Mike, right? Hitting Malik, right? Throwing a deep ball to Shedrick Jackson. Like, oh, damn, right? Out there balling.
Mm-hmm.
Would you want to see more of Mendoza at that point? Or are we still like, let's take our time and let's remember Kirk is our start?
I mean, I would want to see him through preseason to even like it needs to be consistent. I need to see it again and again and again. Not just one game. One game.
You want to see it for all 3 preseason games? Like, I want to see it for
all 3 preseason games. Yep. But if not, then no. Okay. I need consistency. That's it.
What about you, Chona?
What was the question again?
If you go on Thursday, you guys are watching the game, and Mendoza's just lighting it up, bro. Lighting it up. Like, damn, this is the kid we wanted. It's like you're watching the national championship all over again. Right? This is the kid. Do you start pushing more for this kid needs to start week 1? Or are we still chill on, let's take our time, let Cousins play?
No, I gotta see more of it. Because it's the Cardinals.
More.
Because it's the Cardinals.
Okay, that's fair. Because I can see people saying they want to see that against Houston, not against Arizona. Okay.
Yeah, say Houston and 49ers, even though 49ers will throw a bunch of scrubs out there.
Yeah.
I won't say scrubs with backups and stuff like that, but I just want to see it against number 1 defenses eventually. That's what I want to see. So I wouldn't. I'm not jumping on that wagon just yet. You know what I mean? Because I know how it is. It's preseason. We always get hyped when we see something nice in preseason.
Man, who's the biggest George Atkinson III fan? Right
yeah,
here.
George Atkinson III.
George Atkinson III was the beast in the preseason, goddammit.
And it was like back-to-back preseasons.
Right. You guys remember GA3 in the preseason?
but it's funny.
We were undefeated in preseason. We went undefeated in preseason.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I don't know. I got to see more of it, more consistent. I want to see him against Houston. Houston and stuff like that. So I wouldn't say okay. That's it. That's what I want. I think at the end of the day, I want to see the better quarterback play. To be honest, if it's Kirk, it's Kirk. If it's Mendoza, it's Mendoza.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
There is a way we can ease it in. If he does great and we see a little something in preseason to where we feel we're comfortable in giving him some play action in, the 1, 2, 3 games, just putting him in there here by here, just transitioning him little by little, giving him some time. If we're not doing so great, hey, then throw him in. I'm cool with that. But I do want to see some consistency and some time. But I want to see him.
I'm going to ask 805 to just what is his name? Josh Beck would do better than Mendoza.
Carson Beck.
Carson Beck.
Carson Beck.
He's whatever his name is. Carson Beck do better than Mendoza?
Look, I said it early on. Carson Beck. That was as good of a debut performance you want to see out of a young quarterback that potentially could be your franchise or your starter.
So if Mendoza has one like that, how would you feel about it?
But even as good as that looked,
I
think it's just having the understanding that one, I'll make the Carson Beck example, is that I don't believe they played Jacksonville, right?
Yeah. No.
I don't think Jacksonville played
Carolina.
at all. Neither did Carolina. But preseason,
I'll get it, I'll get it.
Preseason isn't about the Jaguars trying to beat Carson Beck, right? They're trying to do their own evaluations. They're trying to
everybody is,
players they have. They're trying to figure out their roster, so they're not trying to scheme against Carson Beck. And even if Carson Beck goes and plays the next preseason game really well, that team isn't trying to scheme against Carson Beck. They're trying to figure out what their roster is. They're trying
Their
to get
roster, their system. Yeah.
Yep.
So even though quarterbacks look good in preseason, that doesn't have much of a relevance as to whether or not you're going to be good in the regular season, because the regular season is when these teams scheme against you. They are going to try to attack your weaknesses and minimize your strengths. Every down, every snap, every quarter, every second of that game. And not only are they going to do that to you week one, but then now they got tape on you and they're going to scheme up and try to get you week two. It's going to be a constant chess match. In preseason, that's not it. Now, if Fernando Mendoza comes out and does what Carson Beck did week one, all I'm going to say is that is extremely promising. Let's just put it that way. Like it will literally take what we've seen so far and the reports that we've heard in training camp about him.
Mixed reports.
Yeah, I guess it's mixed reports because some of the reports are just dog shit. But like it would basically, at least what I saw on Friday and Saturday, I think it would just be extremely promising. And I think that would kind of help just say, okay, maybe he's starting to kind of answer the questions that I had based on this game film. And so that's, but what I want him to start, not necessarily, because I definitely want, because again, preseason, everything is just very basic, and those defenses, they're not trying to beat you. They're trying to evaluate their own roster and their own team. But I will definitely come back and just be like, hey, like that is one hell of a performance, and let's keep growing off of it.
Okay. All right. A quick shout out to G-Fam. There was something in the air at night. The stars were bright. Fernando. You're going to come out of that game singing that song, brother. That's what you're going to do.
I'm going to leave tailgates, Cheeto.
Yeah.
Tailgates.
You were talking about that. You're definitely going to hear that song out there.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember Max McGloin being preseason champion.
That's true.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, Raquel, did you watch or did you listen to Homegrown this past Thursday?
I didn't. I missed it.
Oh,
I missed it.
I wish you would have, because rather you guys are talking about preseason.
I'll go back and watch it.
David and Derek Carr, shout out to them. You know, their show, I like it. Listen to Homegrowns on Thursdays. They talked about the preseason and what it matters. Those were the vets, right? And they said the only ones who care about preseason are the fans, because they want to see football.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids trying to make roster spots.
Yep, the guys in the bubble.
Yeah,
because they even broke down how much they get paid and why these kids are out there literally fighting for their lives, and why as veterans they ain't even trying to play. Like they're not even trying to play. We're just here. We're chilling. Yeah.
Wait, do they get paid for preseason?
It's very minimal. Very minimal. They don't get regular season. It's like a stipend they get.
Mm-hmm. Oh, because I thought they didn't get paid for preseason.
No, it's like a stipend they get. I think you only get like $5,200 for the whole camp as a rookie. And then I think as a veteran, the most you get is like $8,000 or something like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the veterans, if you're making money, screw that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I didn't know if you had listened to it this week or not, Raquel, but yeah, they were talking about the preseason, getting ready, and like the only people that get excited for the preseason is like the fans, because they want to see football, the networks, and the young kids trying to make something out of their life. Yeah.
Well, what happens? What happens if Fernando gets like a quarter? And
I would be upset.
Ooh, thank you, Dixon.
Just vanilla. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what happens if he gets like 1 or 2 series and it doesn't look, great? I'm not saying it's going to look bad, but it doesn't look great. And then they just kind of sit him. It's like, is that just another way of them just being way too careful with the kid?
Possibly.
So if we only see a quarter of Fernando,
that's possible.
That means we will see 3/4 of AOC. And what's that other kid's name? Clark?
Jacob Clark.
Oh, yeah.
Jacob Clark, right?
Or I mean, shoot, maybe Cousins gets like 1 series or 2 series, and then Fernando ends up getting just a couple series, but then it's AOC and Jacob Clark. Like, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm just curious if they're going to be careful with him.
Damn.
I think as long as that O-line, if the O-line is solidified and they're holding it down, I don't see why we would take him out and let him learn from that. Like, I don't see why would we do that. Now, if it's collapsing, then yes, I can see them wanting to protect him. But if it's holding it, if they're holding the line, they should let him go. Let him learn. Let him, let him trial and error. Let him go in preseason.
But wouldn't you want him to learn from being able to get out of pressure situations as well, and not protect him from them?
I do. But if the idea, like 805 is saying,
just how bad it is,
that they're protecting him, and that's what it's about. Okay, well, if they're holding down the line, then if that's their concept, I'm not saying that's mine. If that's what they're doing, like 805 said, okay, then don't take them out if they're holding down the line. They shouldn't be trying to protect them.
I think he means protecting more as like his career, his development, not from getting
like if he's just not looking great, they don't want to expose him, and they just pull him. I don't know. I'm hopefully Raquel. I hope you get your 3 quarters. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm saying the what if.
We want him to get the 3 quarters.
But will we be mad as fans if we don't get that? Will we start questioning either the coaching staff or questioning his development? Questioning whether we should have picked him number 1? You said it. We're very passionate fans.
Yeah, we're gonna
question. And if we don't get more than a quarter out of him,
we're gonna question all of it.
Like per game.
I have to be there in that moment, and then you'll know.
Yeah.
I have to see it, and then you'll know. Because I'll be yelling if that's the case. I think in those moments, if I'm seeing everything, the whole picture and what's going on, it depends. It really depends on what I'm seeing in whole. In whole, and I really don't know like where I'm going to be at, or emotionally, or what stance I'm going to take, or what I really want until it starts, and until I start seeing everything. You'll definitely know.
I guess we will see.
Well, I don't see a world where the number 1 overall pick, because again, I've said this before, I think the Raiders are doing a very good job of just setting the foundation for Fernando, right? You got Kirk Cousins, you have a veteran that has experience with Clint Kubiak, and so you're setting the groundwork and the foundation properly. So there's no reason why we should see Fernando week 1, unless he, again, just absolutely blows everybody's mind. And even then, I'm not the biggest fan, but of starting him week 1. But it's the number 1 overall pick. I don't see any reason why he should not get a minimum of 2 quarters every single game. This is your only opportunity because you set the foundation so properly with Kirk Cousins. This might be your only time to see Fernando Mendoza in real action. And so if your plan is to, and they came out and said it, their plan is to start Kirk Cousins and hopefully the entire season. And if that's the case, this is literally going to be the only time you can see him, because this is one of my biggest concerns with, some of the things that I saw with Fernando is the fact that you only have like 14 to 15 padded practices throughout the regular season. And even when those are padded practices, you still have that red jersey on. So you're untouchable.
You're still untouchable. Unless you're Max Crosby, then you get in trouble.
This is going to be really the only time that Fernando Mendoza, if everything goes to plan and Kirk Cousins plays the entire season, this is the only live bullets he's going to get.
Yeah.
And so even if it gets ugly, I still say leave him out there and just see what this kid has. He's the number 1 overall pick. This isn't a 5th rounder. This isn't somebody that you drafted thinking, oh, well, no, he's got all these flaws, or he's got these characteristics that I could work with and I could develop it and I can make this happen. No. This is the number 1 overall pick. There's absolutely no reason why he shouldn't get at least 2 full quarters every single game and get those live bullets, because we may not see him at all during the regular season if everything goes to their plan. that
The
they
chat's got mixed reviews. Michael feels he should get 2 quarters at the minimum. Hummer said, nope, not now. All them rookies trying to make a name for themselves, getting a hit on the number 1 pick equals an injury, so he don't even want him out to try and get hurt. If he plays lights out that quarter, I'm good sitting him down the rest of the game. Mendoza should start the first half of the 3rd preseason game. Somebody wants to see him against the 49ers, obviously, right? Because you got to beat those 49ers. You know,
always got to beat them 49ers for sure.
got to beat them.
The Bay never forgets that rivalry, right? Mendoza needs a minimum of 6 quarters. We'll see Mendoza play a couple. If we destroy the Dolphins in the first half, why not have him come in on the thing? Yeah,
it's wishful. That's wishful thinking, DC.
Right.
But
Let Mendoza learn how to read an NFL defense, and then
2 quarters a game, every game,
Jackson's patience.
a half per game.
Yeah, but no, I get it. You took him number 1 overall, so you want to see what you
invested in.
What you invested in. Yeah,
just get an idea. Just get an idea of what it's like, because you don't get that. You don't get any sign of that in training camp. You don't.
No, you really don't. You don't. You have to see it in the games. I mean, that's when we knew that Derek Carr was ready to be the starter of that last preseason game against Seattle. Mm-hmm. And the fact that Matt Schaub had a dead arm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you never know. Yeah. Kirk Cousins' arm can go dead real quick at 8 years old. Yeah. So see what Mendoza can do. Like that's really it. So again, I understand the whole injury thing, but at the same time, like, you can't play a game expecting an injury. You got to do it the right way, in a sense, to try to get as much evaluation as you can during this preseason, because we may not see them all.
And that's what the Cards were saying primarily, Raquel, right there, this part. You don't want injuries in the preseason. You don't want your guys getting injured unnecessarily in the preseason. That they've seen too many times where a guy playing preseason shouldn't have been out there, and he got hurt and lost for, if not the whole year, in a preseason meaningless game.
Like I said, if that O-line is collapsing, I don't mind him getting taken out. I think that makes sense. But if they're holding the line, leave him in. I get that. But it's like, if they're holding it down, they're protecting him, they're giving him time to make passes, they're not allowing him to get sacked, leave him in.
Well, I don't know if they explained in what context they were saying that. So, for example, right, like, it probably makes no sense to start Colton Miller.
Right.
We know he's our left half.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's no point in, if he wants to go get a series. Okay.
Right. Unless you want a series to create that cohesiveness with his starting 5.
Yeah. We know he's the starter. But I think with Mendoza, you're sitting there going, and I'm sorry, the amount of people that were saying this when we drafted him, or even prior to drafting him, that he is the savior, he's going to be him, he's the next thing that's going to be, going to win us 5 Super Bowls.
Right.
If that's the case, then I just want to see what he looks like in preseason. Again, I'm not saying start him week 1, but if he's that good, then let's see him. Let's just see him in a preseason game. And so, yeah, it's just.
And if he does play, I would want to see Colton out there. I would want to see Leonard Baum out there. Those guys out there.
Give him the best chance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
I don't want to see Meredith out there. I don't want to see.
Oh, whoa! Our best weapon? Jesus Christ!
Right, we don't want to see those guys. Yeah,
but there is some competition, because I'm telling you right now, if Carson Beck looked like that, Mendoza.
Oh my God, man!
I'm big dog.
That's why I asked the question earlier.
We're really glorifying a Hall of Fame game and his performance, Carson Beck.
That's a hell of a performance. I'm not glorifying, but I'm also not.
You just said Carolina wasn't trying to win.
No, it wasn't trying to scheme.
I don't know if Arizona. Well, no team is trying to win, but at the same time, that is what you want to see. That's the type of game you want to see.
That Meredith is
Meredith.
Alec M. All right, I'm gonna screenshot that. Alec M. Damn
it.
He's a damn it.
Right.
That's all I'm saying, is that was as clean and comfortable as a rookie quarterback I've seen in a long time. So
I don't want to see Max out there. I know that.
Oh no. Definitely.
You want to see Max? No.
He don't need to be out there.
I'll be honest with you. I don't want to see any of those new defenders we got either.
It'd be nice to see Keon Crawford out of a red jersey. That's all I got.
I don't want to see Kuntz for a series or two.
I don't want to see Coons. I don't want to see Walker. I don't want to see Dean. None of those fools.
Yeah, I want to get a spoonful of the Bergs at linebacker. We don't need to see Dean and Walker.
Yeah, we don't want to see any of them, or even none of them.
I want to see a good, healthy rotation with those corners.
Yeah,
I want to see a good battle.
What about wide receivers? Should we see them all? Fuck that. None of them are safe. Put them all.
Put them all.
Yeah, put them all.
Put them all in.
I need to see who's going to do something. Put them all in.
Yeah. I think the only one that gets a pass, and it's only because he's a
Right.
free agent. We went and got him, and he's on
Naylor.
Like, I think he's the only one that if you don't see him, I'd understand. I still want to see him, especially if Cousins gets out there. They got to get some chemistry down.
Yeah.
But if I don't see him, at least in any substantial playing time, I'd understand. Again, just because he's our number one receiver.
Yeah, I wouldn't be upset of not seeing Tucker and Naylor, but definitely Batch, definitely Thornton, definitely out everybody else.
Everybody else, yeah.
Kuntz for sure, but for a little bit, not a lot. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just a series or two.
Yeah.
Just to see if we can get some of that old Coons back.
Yeah. I mean, in camp, the explosion was there. We'll see how
he
it
had
looks
that takeoff pretty nice.
Mhm.
He looked good.
He looked good. Yeah, camp. He looked good.
He was looking pretty good. So I hope we can get kind of 2024 Kuntz back.
Yeah, that'll be nice. That would be real good.
Yeah.
We'll see. See who just popped in?
LV.
Popped in. LV, man, you missed the Mendoza talk. They missed the Mendoza talk. It was a good one.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Anything you guys? I know you guys doing anything this week. I know you guys are going to the game, the open practice. Raquel, you going to a watch party for Thursday? You gonna watch it at home?
I'm probably gonna watch it at home because I don't know. Like, I don't feel like scaring nobody because I was yelling at training camp too, like it was a football game. So it's just better for me to stay home and to just so I can focus and so I can kind of see things and not worry about people talking to me. And I don't know, maybe I might change my mind. I don't know. But today, that's what I'm feeling like. And I'm gone so much that I just feel like I just want to stay home because in September, October, I'm gone. I'm gone every weekend. So I think I need to hold it down for here a little bit.
I know, Raquel, it seems like you've been all over the place.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm gone.
And now
all
the
the
season's
time.
actually starting. So now it's like now it doesn't stop.
I haven't had a break, I don't think.
Nate, so last year in training camp, so for open practice tomorrow, last year we all tried to meet at the torch, but they didn't open up the second level. They only opened up the first level. So if the first level is the only one that is open, you can't take the escalators up to the second level. We're just going to meet on the torch side and sit on the basically end zone side of the torch side. So anybody in the chat that's going, you guys want to have fun or whatever, we're going to meet up on the torch side. Again, if the second level open, we'll go up to that bar at the second level. If not, we'll just meet down below at the first level.
Really?
What, about last year?
No, for this year.
Well,
you guys are supposed to meet up at 5:00 at the Raider Image store so you can go in with Mitchell Rents and Chugs.
They're going to be there?
Yeah. This is any fan that wants to sit with or near us at the practice. Please meet us Tuesday, 5 p.m. The Raider Image store at Allegiant Stadium.
Okay, so Nate, okay, so Nate, we're gonna meet on the first floor on the court side.
Oh my god!
Nate, I'll message you. We'll link up. And
we did. AR, we got a dope ass photo next to the church. Yeah. You see, I'm gonna go with Mitch.
I'm gonna go in with Mitch. Oh my god.
Just make sure you get some footage for Jeff.
Right? Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be there, and then going to the preseason game on Thursday. Same thing. I'm basically gonna get seats next to the torch again, so I'll be by the torch. So if
I saw some club level ones for like $40, yo.
I don't like sitting that low though. Honestly, I like sitting high where I can kind of see everything. So, but everybody chills by the torch. Everybody's around there, so it just seems like a good spot to kind of be at. So, yeah, I'm gonna get a couple beers at the torch and then walk over to somewhere probably around 204, 205. So, I found some cheap tickets for like $30. 30.
Yeah, I've seen them. They're going a lot.
Yeah, preseason games are cheap.
Yep.
LV.
Yeah.
Trying to make sure. I'm trying to see if I get out on time on Thursday and then go to the game.
He got some bleeds and he's gonna wake his way down.
Or you can get some nosebleeds for like $17 and then just chill around the torch.
You could work your way down. I've done it before. But I will tell you that if the preseason games were not all on a Thursday, I would have went. But
are they all on a Thursday this year?
Yeah, they're all on Thursday.
Oh shit.
This week is Arizona. Next week we're at Houston, and then the last game is the 49ers.
The 49ers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you literally could just. I'm guessing because it's Arizona, it's probably
15
that packed. Yeah, like it's not going to be that packed, and so you basically just wait till halftime.
Yeah.
Once halftime's done, you'll see where the empty seats are. Then you could just go sit down.
Yep. So all you Raider fans that say the games are too expensive, here's your chance. I don't want to hear no excuses.
Just get your way in, work your way down.
$15. $15.
Work your way down. You'll be all right.
So
no excuse to not go on a Thursday night for preseason.
Leo, what time what time are you gonna get into town tomorrow?
I'm not. I have another interview tomorrow.
God, okay. Not gonna be able to make it.
Yeah, I'll be done by 12. So by the time, what time does it open tomorrow?
I think parking. You can get in line for parking at like 3, and then they open up
gates
at 4.
At 4.
And then gates open at 4:30, I think.
I ain't trying. I heard people talking about the things open at 1. Like, why are we trying to tailgate? Like, you know how hot it is right now. Ain't no one trying to tailgate right now.
Yeah, you got your mind.
Hell no.
Plus, it's free parking, so it's just like it's not like you have to like go somewhere else and park in some crazy spot. It's free parking, so just
it's free parking all the way around.
And then get in that stadium and have a beer because I'll be doing that instantly.
Too far from my.
Hold on, you're saying tailgating for the Arizona game, for the preseason game?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, fuck that. No.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, think it'd be nobody tailgate.
Dude, those of us who go all the time, we don't even tailgate that long for the home opener.
Yeah, no, we walk around, just look around and get headed.
We do like a lap or two, then we go inside.
It's hot. It's hot that first game.
No, we make sure we get to our spot.
Yeah,
we stay there as long as possible, and then we just take we take the short walk.
Take the walk and then.
That's true. AR has attended more Raider games than some people that live near here.
That is true. That is so true.
Go figure. Some so-called diehards.
Never been to one game in Vegas. Never been to one game in Vegas. Never been to
Allegiant. Like, and you got my man AR, who's been to fucking games there.
Well, when you spend half your life out here in the Vegas area, then go to LA like Afakasi. Jesus Christ, he came out here last year, and I'm sitting there going, wait a second, weren't you supposed to go home 2 months ago?
Yeah, I remember
he was here for the last game of the season, bro.
He was with us the last game of the season.
He was with us the last game of the fucking season, bro. That was crazy.
He was out here,
That was good, though.
That was good.
It was good looking up at AR, man.
Perfect time, too, because it wasn't hot anymore.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I'm serious.
Like,
no, we're not even talking about Jeff Dixon because Jeff's going this year. Yeah, Jeff's going this year. Yeah, talking about some other people. But all right, y'all. Good show. Hopefully we get to see some good game. Hopefully open practice is chill. Chona, get me Jeremiah Loves autograph.
I got you.
That would be much appreciated. Go Irish.
I'll take a Notre Dame jersey with me.
Shoot, if I was gonna go to the Cardinals game, I was gonna wear my Jeremiah Love jersey, just so you know. I do have a Notre Dame one, but nonetheless.
Yeah, Notre Dame one.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, hey, Chona, I'll hit you up. I'll let you know. I might do the same thing as Nate, just buy a nosebleed and then basically walk around the torch.
All right, that works.
So I'll let you know if you can make it. We'll link up for sure.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
All right, Joe.
Cool.
Take it easy.
All right, yeah.
All right,
Have a good
everybody.
one.
Appreciate
good
you.
night.
See
You guys
later.
See you guys later.
on here and
What
talk.
happens Thursday? Let's see what happens Thursday. Let's go.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
Cool. I appreciate you guys.
All right, man.
Good,
Yeah, have a good one.
Just win, baby. Look, check it out. All black with a hoodie, snapback, ready snap on. Long white socks, me mugging like I'm King Kong. With them all black Chuck Taylors. West side and this bitch yelling Raiders. Thuggin', cause we know with it. Motherfuckers like y'all suck, but we don't give a fuck, nigga. We deal with it. Jaw jacking, getting nigga fucked up with the quickness. Parking lot squabbles, giving nigga the business. Shh, quiet, the fuck you mean? We yelling Raiders, bitch. Like fuck your team, you wanna talk your shit. Get sad like Scream Stadium, take off, nigga. Homicide scene. Oakland to LA, LA to Oakland, Las Vegas, Sin City, steady smoking. Raiders looking to get another ring like fuck y'all haters, nigga, y'all know what I mean? We yelling Raiders, bitch, y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. Wicked, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck, Raiders, bitch. Y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. Wicked, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck.
With so much drama in the big LV, it's kinda hard being Yaya or end up C. But I, somehow, some ways, keep dropping these Raider hits like every single day. May I sip on this Henny while these haters pay attention and my name stay bitchin'. I'ma stay G'd up like a silver feed up. And tucked as a burner just in case it eats up. But I'm humble, 10 toes down to never stumble. Keep doing Raider music, imitating, never double. It's like everywhere we go, it's like the same old shit. Here, Raiders just suck, y'all can suck my dick. It's a nation just to prove, no need to consume, win, lose, or tie. Raider Nation keep moving, top to the bottom, bottom to the top. It's Raider Nation all day till the casket drop.
We yelling Raiders, bitch. Y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. Wicked, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck, Raiders, bitch. Y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. Wicked, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck. Welcome in this bitch like nigga, what's happening? With whiskey in my cup, turned up, Raider Nation hella active. Watch what you say, watch the yapping, nigga, don't get your ass kicked. We about that action, I'm a goofy nigga, but I ain't no goofy nigga. Fuck around and find out he's doing a two-piece nigga. Everybody knows me soon as I hit the scene. They like, Raiders, bitch, nigga, fuck your team. Champions Club, I am the one. VIP access, we do what can't be done. I do what I do, nigga, that's on the daily. Talking hella shit, give a fuck if they hate me. Only one nation, Raider Nation, and it's evident. Any other nation is irrelevant. Commitment to excellence, just win, babies, what we telling them. Shout out to the nation, you know I had to represent. We yelling Raiders, bitch, y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. Wicked, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck, Raiders, bitch. Y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. Wicked, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck.